No, we've been having fun. It's we got a nice little thing going. We obviously had. It's been longer than a week since the last ep because obviously grand finals has happened, and then they kind of screwed us by not having like much time between grand finals and the new season, and it was all sort of a mess. And
we are talk about. We got grands. We got a new season that is interesting. We got Dreamhack. We got NA being invaded. We got a lot going on, and a lot of it involves Khanada. Wait, are you going to ESL? Khanada, you playing?
Yeah. So there's a big story that happened in the past like 3 days right now.
Okay, is it one you can share?
Yeah, I can share it. So like for like 2 weeks now, right? We've been trying to play ESL, and we realized there's no good players on NA on ESL. To be honest, like there's a few, of course, but like in general, you cannot find just natural talent anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like I could have. So when first ESL came out, I was locked in with Acorn. Like me and Acorn, like he asked me to play, and I was like, "Yo, I'm playing with you. Like I'm not gonna snake you. Like, and that's not who I am. I don't snake my teammates." And I was like, "I'm playing with you, but we need to find 2 more, right?" But at the first, Acorn was not as good as he is now, and people thought. Like everyone in like the scene was like, dude, like we want to play with you, Khanada, but Acorn, like he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not up to par. Yeah, like
damn, okay.
Wow. But the way I see it is like in the future, the ceiling, you know what I'm saying? The ceiling of me and Acorn are way higher than any other ceiling. You get what I'm saying? Because we already prove it in game, but we just have to just relate that and translate that to ESL, right?
Okay.
But so we were looking for a squad, and a lot of snaking has been happening in, like, if you guys know, like Nounsy, Sizz, Xep, and Peterbot were playing at first, and then Peterbot snaked for Kwani and Milks, and then they took Xep, and then Sizz and Nounsy got Xep back without a fourth, and then now they picked up Agers, and then we were playing with Reed and Pilkey, but like 2 days ago, we dropped them. Because we just had some issues with them, and then because we were trying to snake Xep from them to take Pilkey. There was just so much.
Oh my god, what is going on, bro?
So much has been happening for you. So because what I heard was that Dreamhack is top 6 for Saudi land, right? The Saudi land is top 6, and there's also going to be an online Saudi qualifier in NA, which is like top 3, right?
Yeah.
So I believe it's impossible for me not to qualify to Saudi because we're already one of the top like 3-4 teams on NA.
Okay.
So it's just like Muzz's team, we think is going to qualify Saudi, right? Like through Dreamhack Dallas. Yeah. Same thing with like maybe Kwani and Peterbot's team.
Yeah.
But if they do, like we are 100% qualifying online, even if we don't qualify at LAN.
Okay.
Right? So yesterday we actually had to send in the roster locks and everything. For Dig.
I don't think it's been announced yet, though. Has it been announced?
Not gonna leak that, but we did have to.
I almost did yesterday. I almost leaked what I thought the Dig roster literally yesterday.
I mean, me and Acorn are guaranteed. People already know that Reet's guaranteed as well. Okay, but our fourth right now is very like we did get a fourth, but no one's gonna expect it. No one's gonna expect it because it happened last night.
Okay.
And we switched our roles up because we didn't think everyone was at their potential in each role. So we switched it up, and it's looking very like I would say this squad, like we scrimmed against the Nounsy's team last night. We actually played 7 matches and 6 won them in hardpoint and CTF. They only got one. They got 1 hardpoint on us, and that was it. We beat them in all CTFs and 1 and 2 hardpoints.
Okay.
And then we played Muzz's team, and we went 2-2 against Muzz's team.
And they're like the final.
They're like the best of NA right now.
Yeah. Well,
and this squad's never played together. Like we've never ever played together. So we just got together, and it's looking a lot better than our previous squads.
My thing with ESL was like I was very much just like until that first Dreamhack, I'm not looking too deep into the roster switches because I know there's just going to be loads. Like I know people are going to be scrambling and all that, but no, it's good to see it.
It's because the roster. The rosters of each squad is so hard to like put someone on each role because like it's all based on what role you play and how well you play. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's the same thing in like Valorant. You know how like you have like a smoke, you have like a duelist, you have this, that, but you need someone. you can't just have 4 ego players on a team. You know what I'm saying? That just want to go crazy. You need someone to sit on site. You need someone to cap the flag. You know what I'm saying? Someone that will give up that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that strategy aspect. It'll be good next week. And like, I'm going and I'm going to be streaming. I'm watching a bunch of the D games, especially. And I genuinely am going in with so little idea of like who the good teams are. Like I kind of know and like the different stuff. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. It'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, you're heading out there, Ozzy, right? You're
I'm heading out. Yeah, today I fly out. Is it tomorrow? Oh my God. I fly out tomorrow. Yeah, I fly out tomorrow. Wow. I'm taking my brother. It's his first time leaving the country pretty much. That'll be fun as we'll have some fun. It should be good. I'm actually genuinely excited for it. 15 hours, which genuinely for an Australian, that's good. Like 15 hours straight is good. I'm used to whenever I go anywhere, it has to be like 14 hours one spot, 4-hour layover, 5 hours the other spot. This is just 15 hours straight. So
you got direct? Oh, nice.
Yeah, direct. Sydney to Dallas direct. Which I'm like, so yeah, you as well. Again, anyone if ever tried to get to Australia, it's not easy to get direct. So I'm sad. It should be good.
Okay.
You want to explain how's it working, Levin? What are we doing?
Yeah, everything's good with me. I'm feeling a bit better now. You know, I got my Man United jersey and I saw a couple messages in the chat.
Getting some comments. I mean, as an American Australian, I don't think we really know what's going on. I mean, I don't know about you, Khanada, but I'm not following the Premier League too much right now. I got no idea what that means or why. Like I know Man U is, but I know, but I don't know. Are they doing well right now? Did you guys just win?
We won the FA Cup. So it's been a great weekend. 11-2K, let's just say that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not taking this off. Anywhere you see me for the next week, any podcast, any show, I'm gonna be wearing this. So,
okay, all right.
Yeah.
We better not get any football questions today. Chat, please do not call in with your football questions. Me and Khanada will not be able to contribute very well. My football knowledge is like 15 years out of date, or maybe 10 years out of date at this point. Like 2015 is when I was like in my Premier League era. But
who did you watch? Out of curiosity, like who was your?
I was a big Torres fanboy when I was younger. Then so I kind of was Liverpool, and then Torres moved on and turned to dog shit, as everyone knows. And I kind of stuck with Liverpool, but I literally could not name you more than one Liverpool player right now. So it's like there's no point. So to me, saying I'm a Liverpool fan is not really fair. But that was my team like 10 years ago. And Khanada probably doesn't even know half the teams, right? Khanada's like, I could tell you 2 teams maybe.
I didn't even tell you I had a single one team maybe.
All right, now you know United.
Enough football talk. Let's get into the Fortnite because, like we said, there has been a lot. For the people who are watching for the first time, you know, I always like to just explain people and give people an idea. This is the show for you guys. This is a chance for you guys to call in with your unpopular opinions, your hot takes, your bold predictions, and we will bring you in. You'll give your take, and then the 3 of us will discuss what you have to say. You can join the Discord. You can see the command, I think, !hotline in Ozzy's chat. And the Discord link comes up. You get in the Discord. There's a channel called Give Your Take. You give your take, and once you give your take, you know, we'll get you in here. And if your take gets approved, you know, we'll get you in and you can talk to us and all that fun stuff. This week, I think, should be, you know, a lot smoother of a process for getting people's takes in because we got Merits helping us out with that. So should be good. I think we're going to start getting like the flow of callers coming in. But I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of, you know, discussion about new season and things like that. So I will you know, get us into that conversation of like new season stuff. You know, I'm guessing you guys have played, right? It's sort of all of our jobs to play Fortnite.
Not so much. I mean, I kind of got through the last couple of seasons without playing too much, but yeah, I've given it a go. It's interesting. I mean, okay, I will say, I think my bold take on the new season, I'll kick off with a bold take. I think competitively, it's going to be an amazing season. I think there's a few tweaks that needs to be made for sure, but I think I've watched scrims yesterday without the vehicles, and it's actually pretty damn fun. Like I wanted a chaotic meta though. I wanted something like hammers. I wanted something that was more similar to shockwave hammers than last season. I've gotten that. So I think like the fists need to be tuned down a little bit. I feel like some of the medallions, Khanada's, a little bit broken. But overall, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. But people can't see past the vehicles, obviously, because that's just all it is in ranked in pubs. But as soon as you watch scrims on tournament playlists with no vehicles, it's actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
So are you saying like fun to watch or like fun to play?
Watch. I mean, I think play might be frustrating. Well, okay, Khanada might be disagreeing. I mean, okay.
Because I watched scrims today in EU. That's
they dial back the gloves. I'm more excited for a season like this than last season where there was like no mobility. That's all I'm saying. But I'll let Khanada say, is it fun to play, Khanada?
Of course, like for me, because I'm landing on the crossbow, it's fun that I just get to shoot everybody. But it's not fun when I'm 5-5-5 and a kid just runs in my box with nitro and just instantly kills me.
Is that happening a lot? Because I actually watched scrims yesterday and I didn't see like a single person do that. So I know people are actually doing that a lot at the moment. I thought that might be like one of those high risk, high reward plays.
It's not even high risk at all, in my opinion.
Oh, really? Okay.
If 2 of you guys have it and you just run in a box, you hit the guy instantly for 70, and then they get pushed back out of the box, and then you just run at them again. By the time they can't even react, they're just dead.
Okay.
No matter what.
The fists are definitely like, that is where it's just a bit cheesy. That's like Hades Chain where they're just punching in the box and you got to try and hit like double pre-fires. That I fully understand. But I like the fist as mobility is more what's got me excited. Like I wanted something that was a bit kind of crazy. Like the katana element of it, I'm okay with. Strong, but I'm hoping it won't lead to the same surge meta as last season too. I'm hoping with decently high mobility again, it'll be a little bit more kind of skirmishing and fighting for surge. I don't want to see surge bases. That's one of my main things this season. I just don't want to see surge bases. So we'll see.
Trust me, if there's a surge base in my side, it's going down.
But okay, so people who don't know why Khanada's talking about him loving the new season, the infinite ammo medallion, already questionable seeing an infinite ammo medallion in competitive, but it drops at the same POI that drops a mythic bow. So Khanada's team, more Khanada is using it, has a mythic bow with permanent infinite ammo, and it is absurd. Do you think they're going to nerf it?
I personally think that they're 100% going to nerf it because remember when Excalibur was introduced into the game? And they nerfed it literally when everyone started complaining about it because it was just way too broken. It had infinite ammo in that too. But the way, like the bow right now, it does 44 body shot. And then let's say if you're running in a line, right, and I hit you with it, it doesn't stick on you. It falls off your body. But if you're in a box and I shoot you through the window, I'll hit you and it like blows up on you. It does 79 damage. So like we're 77. So like literally if I hit a bullet and you're both together, I just get like 150. Or if I hit you and then you stand still, 150 on one person.
It's also like no risk. I was watching you using it in scrims, and without snipers, you can just leave your wall open and just keep. So even if you don't hit them, you literally lose nothing because you have infinite ammo. So I think they probably my reason why they might not nerf it though is it doesn't affect pubs at all. Excalibur actually was affecting pubs and rank. This only really affects high competitive level. Like I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I personally think that what is it? Because the bow, it 2 shots, brick and full built metal. So it does 267 damage to builds if you hit it on the wall, and it just literally is so stupid. It's the most stupidest. It's the most stupidest item.
It's way too busted. Like even with like the bow. Like the amount of times I've seen people just get like lobby sprayed because of it, like when people are just spamming it and stuff now, it's just insane. I think we're gonna have to see like a lot of changes with the nitro splashing and the like. But it's weird because those are like the key things of the season, so they're always really like reluctant to do too much of those things, especially when they're not actually affecting pubs too negatively. Even though some of those aren't affecting pubs negatively, but well, I'm sure we'll talk about it more. We actually got our first call already, so I want to jump straight into it. Let's get the callers going. Hello, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm Maxime and I'm from Belgium.
Oh,
welcome.
Europeans.
Can I say my take?
Yeah, go for it.
Please do.
Okay, so my take is that I personally find it a weird move of Veno moving to NA. He could have duoed with a lot of different players from EU like Marius, Pink, Vico, Pixie, Janice, and there are also better players on NA like Mus or Rice, who has a better chance of doing good with at LAN and a higher chance of qualing for LAN, in my opinion, than with Clix. Because Clix isn't really focused on the game and maybe a little bit worse than the players that I named. And Veno also doesn't really do content, so that also isn't a motivation for him, in my opinion.
Okay, so what you're saying, like, you're saying that this just isn't the best option for Veno. Like, he's not picked a good option.
No.
It's
a good option. He will qualify, in my opinion, but like a Pink, a Vico, or Marius, they are better options, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you guys want to get started on this? And I got some thoughts.
I've got some things on this too.
Let's go, Khanada. You take the floor.
Go.
Okay, listen. Like the thing with Veno coming to NA, like I get it. If he wanted to just come here and just dominate and just show that EU clears NA or some shit by coming here and just winning with like Tayson or something. You know what I'm saying? If he came here with Tayson, dominated. But he's coming here to play with Clix, and what I heard was that he wants to just do it for the clout, right? And I'm like, okay, like the only way that's worth it is if he starts streaming every single event, streaming every single day, and actually makes a lot of money off of it, right? because that's going to give him a lot of hype, of course, from the Clix fans or just in general coming to NA and playing with Clix. But like I said, they're not going to, I don't really think they're going to do that well. Like him and Clix, unless Veno literally bitches Clix into like listening to everything he says and says, we need to practice this many hours a day. We're going to do this, and that. I don't know if it's going to be the same way that he thinks he's going to do. Yeah.
It's one of those things where like, when you sign up to play with Clix, you know instantly there's like a certain like limitation on how much you're actually like practicing and putting into like to work behind the scenes, you know. It's like in one of the most, you know, entertaining Fortnite streams I think we've had in a long time, right, when you were VODing Clix and Epic, right? One of the excuses they had for not practicing like certain strats when it was like storm strats and stuff like that were like, well, the week before Grands, like we couldn't play, we weren't playing, right? Because practice was like away.
Makes
you know you're gonna get that when you're playing with Clix. And I don't know how many people know this, but part of when, you know, Veno and Tayson played with each other that first season, things just weren't really great, was the whole aspect of Veno wanted to play the game a lot and Tayson weren't really trying to grind. And so my like thinking behind this, you know, without going into too much, is just like Veno's not dumb, naive. Like he's not like clueless to that. He obviously knows that. So he must just want to go partly to have fun and do the content stuff. Like from talking to him, that is something that he, you know, he's wanted to do, you know, a bit. But again, it's like when you're playing with Tayson, you're not going to stream everything because he ain't going to have that, right? So I think he's probably changed his focus a bit in that sense, which is why this does work for him quite well.
I'm just like confused with this option because like we all know the past 3 seasons Veno's played, or like 3 grand finals, he's not done well. Like he hasn't qualified with Queasy to Grands. He just got back-to-back like 11th, 13th with Tayson, right? Uncon, like if I was in Veno's shoes, I'm sitting there, next season I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my motivation shit. I'm locking in. But him coming to NA, it just feels like, I don't know if he has the same motivation that he used to have, but he's coming here to just like have fun, I guess.
I think the big one is it's land as well. Whenever people talk about, you know, taking a season to focus on content versus competitive, and it becomes about fun and money versus, you know, like potential earnings and stuff. But if Veno misses out on, like, I think he will make land. I think he will. But it is risky, though. Like, will he get the best land performance with Clix over basically any of the other people that we already talked about on EU as well? It's a tough question. I mean, I do think he's going to make a lot of content, and he has every intention to. Veno was actually in my stream the other day, and he said that Clix asked him if they are going to stream Grands. And Veno said, I want to stream Grands. So it's actually like Clix conceding that he'll give up content a bit to compete. And it's going to be interesting, though. But I do think that Veno thinks he wants that. But then when he actually gets in and starts like trying to make content every day and starts doing it and stuff, because we saw... Censored and Clix. Censored stopped playing with Clix, even though they were looking really good, because he's like, look, I can't keep up with this content thing. Like, I can't. He literally said the reasons why is I can't get on every day and like have to be in a good mood and try to make content and be entertaining. Like some days I just don't feel it. I just want to grind and we have to stream. He's like, I don't really like that. That was causing a massive issue as well. So like, I think Veno thinks he wants to, but we'll see whether he actually does want to stick to it. Because what Clix does, as you know, Khanada, is insane. You did it for the season, you won FNCS. Like you streamed everything, you were fully like motivated going into it. But I don't think many pros have that in them at all, or if they do, can pull it off for an entire season. We'll see though. But I mean, I'm excited to see it. I am sad that we only have one double EU team in all of this, right? I think Mixon and Blaha are the only EU team that's coming over as double EU. Because like Khanada said, I'm kind of sad to see that it was like, I want to... Oh, okay. True. The Savage Mongol thing. I mean, I'm still worried about that as well, but I wanted to see more double EU so we could answer the question, how good is EU? Does EU dominate? Like Khanada was saying, it's like doing it just like for the cloud and we can shit on NA. But it's half EU NA team, so it doesn't prove anything. I guess if Clix and Veno now do extremely well, people are going to say, oh, it's because of Veno's better and he's EU, but like, I don't like that storyline. So I don't know. I'm excited to see it, but whether it be worth it, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do we all think they're going to get top 10 though, right? Like they're going to call land.
I mean, qualifying land, like, so we have me, Acorn Cold, Virtual Re, and Peter Bopoil, right? That's 4
like
teams.
Top 13 at this point. But
they're already all 4. I guarantee we're top 10ing. We're all 4. This season, we're all top 10ing no matter what.
Yeah.
And so the spots will literally all go down to like top 14, I believe. So it's like if you're a good duo on con, it's kind of impossible not to qual for this land. Like it really.
They 100% qual. They are 100% qual.
Unless they get contested or something, or have their loot taken, something had to have gone very wrong for them not to qual this season.
Yeah. I do hear what you're saying, Ozzy, in terms of like, I definitely think there's a lot of people that do that where they think in their heads like, yeah, I'm going to do this content stuff and I'm just going to be on it nonstop. Then you actually get into it and you realize actually this is quite draining, you know? It's like,
and trying to keep up placements on top of it. That's the thing as well.
Right. So I definitely think that bit will be harder for Veno than he probably thinks it is.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, like just from like my experience of talking to him about this kind of thing, I think he genuinely is sort of at that mentality of like he wants to have a bit of fun and this is a way to do it while still being able to strut himself. Because I do still think that on NA, like, you know, they do well. Like Clix is, as much as, you know, it's like a bit of a meme, like Clix has not been bad this year as a whole. I think he's had some bad moments, like last Grands. I think there was a couple of moments where things weren't great. But all in all, like I think they have the potential to be like a really good duo. And I think for Veno, it's I don't think he's in a rush mentality wise. Because you're right, Khanada, when you say if most other top players, if you had the sort of placements he's had this year, you'd want to lock in for that last major and be like, I'm winning. I think for him, he's not in that same sort of rush where it's like the better placements will come. Like I will win another FNCS again. I don't think he's like checked out in that sense where he's like, I'm just committing to content now. I think it's just like this year's been a bit dudded. I want to have a bit of fun. You know, in terms of options, you guys are right. There were definitely better options for comp. However, I don't know if there's like FNCS winning options for him, or at least on EU, right? And so if you're him, why not just wait till after Globals? Because after Globals, there's a chance some of those bigger teams like a Malibuka Mustache, a Kami Seti, there's a chance some of those guys might split up depending on how it goes. So you reset at the end of the year after Globals, you maybe have some better options, and then you go from there and you have a couple of months of fun with Clix and NA and still go to Globals probably. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad.
And Veno's had his moments of making content and has been pretty legendary. It's been pretty fun as well. Like, obviously, a lot of that was messing around playing with Archie and stuff. I don't think he's had a team where he's been like locked in trying to win while making content as like a placements is everything, right? So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it should be good. This season's going to be an interesting one for everyone grinding, honestly. Like, it seems like scrims are going to be, I imagine, more popular because looks like most of the pros don't want to play ranked right now or do anything creative or scrims. So it could be a good season of grinder. Hopefully scrims are at least looking good. He's got the ESL stuff, but I will also mention, I find it odd with the ESL stuff. Like Khanada mentioned at the start of the show, there's online qualifiers, right? So that means Carmine Corp's team is accepting that Veno's only going to be able to play here, right? If they do online qualifiers, it'll just be high ping. I don't know how much ping plays into the ESL game mode.
It's kind of a lot. Like it's like let's say you're hot. Let's say someone jumps on you first. You're just dead. You literally cannot, like, if they get the first jump on you and you're on high ping, you don't even know what's happening. You're just dead.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting as well. He's just signed with Carmine Corp, legendary org. And then I don't know how they feel about him coming to NA.
I didn't think about that.
They have to place at Dreamhack Dallas now. That's it. That's the only in-person qualifier. That's their only chance. If they now play online and don't do well, but like, I don't know how much the Carmine Corp thing is the priority. Like that's the thing. Now Veno's got, wants to make LAN and do well in LAN, wants to make content with Clix. Now he's got this ESL thing. It's a lot. Like he's got a lot on his plate right now.
Yeah.
And he's trying to juggle it all. And traveling is also just weird too. Like just traveling and trying to work in another country from someone who did it, it's weird. So we'll see how we go.
Like
hopefully it all goes well.
And like living in a place for like a couple months, like a new place, couple months without knowing anything about around you. Like you don't have a car, you don't have any friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like it's harder. It's a lot harder.
It's funny because the other day I was talking to him and he was like, he's living in London right now and he's like recently moved away from like his family. He's still living with like his brother and stuff, but he's like living on his own right now. And he literally had joked and said to me, I kind of miss my mum's like cooking. Like I need some home cooked food, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's moving
another
all
the way to overseas.
That might be cooked actually. Maybe you got a point, man. Maybe it's actually cooked, but we'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. It's all, that's the craziest part is it's all just we'll see. Like it could go amazing. They could literally lock in, focus in, like top 3 grands, pull off a win, go nuts, content, go to land. Like they have the potential. I'm not saying they don't. It's just how is the cookie going to crumble? Basically, it's going to be exciting to watch though.
For sure. Thank you very much, Maxine.
Good question, bro. Thank you.
Very good question. I was expecting the Clix and the Veno one to come up. But thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And then we got to talk, and we got the other teams coming as well. Pink apparently now rumored to be coming. We got Pink. We've got.
I actually talked to Pink literally like 2 nights ago about him coming in.
Yeah.
He was just like he's got options like Pixie and I forgot his other option, but it was another good player as well. Oh, it was Kiduo.
Kiduo, they played some
Pixie.
scrims together.
Yeah. And he was telling me like Oh, like Mero, like I called Mero, like I talked to him every other day. He was like low key down to play, but I told him like, if you're gonna do this entire investment of moving to NA, finding an uncon draw spot, and qualifying to the LAN, you need to be super like Mero needs to give you the I'm grinding every single day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And contract, there's a lot on the line this season. Yeah,
because Pink is losing way more if he doesn't quad a LAN than Mero is just staying here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing with Pink, he also has two really good options, like Pixie and Kiduo. They're really good players, in my opinion. And he's on con at his spot on EU at the moment. And I just told him, listen, bro, if Mero isn't 100% down to lock in and everything, there's no point in you wasting your time moving here and ending up being upset when you have an uncon spot on EU and you have two really good teammates that you can pick from and lock in and grind together, right? Without doing anything major change. So
yeah, it's weird for him.
He loves making content too, and Mero doesn't normally want to. So that aspect of coming to NA and content like Veno, that doesn't really exist as much. So yeah.
He from what I know, like Mero's like assured him, I would grind, but again, it's like it's almost like you said, like you probably need a contract like to lock it in for real.
Like, Pink's risking a lot here. Like, and I love Mero. I've been hanging out with Mero for years now. Obviously, like when Mero is locked in, he's a different beast. We all know 5 FNCS has won the LAN, but he has his seasons where he just he shows up for the major events and still gets by, but that won't be Pink's standard. So it's just it's like another one. It's going to depend on how much Mero locks in. We all know Pink's going to grind. Pink's going to lock in and grind.
I was talking to him and he's like, "Oh, my motivation is through the roof right now. Like he wants to lock in and actually do well because he's done having a bad season."
Okay. I mean, apparently my chat is saying that it looks like it's pretty official. Like they're tweeting and they're like their duo comms are in their chat. So like apparently we got Mero and Pink. So that'll be. I guess we'll see how we go. Damn.
Another one side to the list.
And he told me they're landing at the spot Mero just landed with Dukes in this grand finals, like the top right spot. Yeah.
How many teams, again, sorry to comment to this one, we'll get another call in a second. How many teams or players come to NA before it now gets harder to call in NA? Because I know it's top 10 from both regions, and I know that, EU's got double the player bases, NA, I talk about that a lot, but like in a Grands lobby, you take like 8 or 9 of these really good EU pros, move them over to NA, get to NA. Does NA's top 50 caliber jump by that much with these 9 or 10 players to the point where like the move to get top 10 is now all of a sudden not easier? Like, I don't know. Like, it's going to be interesting to see.
I've been joking around and saying to people that I actually think EU is just easier this season now. Like, unironically, I think EU at this rate, it's like just getting easier. With every new player that says I'm leaving, it's just getting easier, I swear.
I mean, I believe that even these EU teams or players coming to NA, I don't think they're not even top 3. I don't think any EU team on anybody coming to NA is top 3. I think the top 3 will still be the NA players that have been dominating the region for a while.
Okay.
I already have Acorn Cole top 3 in the season, 100%.
Okay.
I have Peter Bot Poyle top 3 in the season, 100%. And I would definitely put myself maybe in that top 3 if this crossbow doesn't get nerfed. And that's still my top 3, and that's not changing with who you can bring anybody from EU to NA, and it's not changing.
Damn. Okay. I'm excited to see it.
Let's get the next caller in. I wanna hold that one for a bit because I'm not sure I quite agree. But let's get the callers fighting because we've got some people waiting. New caller, what is your name and where are you calling from, my friend?
Hello, my name is Shroomsy. I'm from California in NA. So, with my hot take is with the amount of EU players and EU teams moving to NA, there's definitely a big chance that some of these teams actually don't qualify for LAN. And I mean just North American teams like. I mean, obviously, Pink and Mero, very great team, but there's a high chance that other teams overtake them. Yeah. And it's scary to see that, like, some of the biggest names in the game, Mero being a global champion now, what if they do not make the LAN? What does this mean for their career in the future?
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, we were kind of just discussing that one a little bit as well. I mean, this is now the question that opens up to going through who do we think is actually going to go through on NA now? Because we've got some weird teams as well. Like, I think we have, is it like Kylie and Vert? And ones like that.
Vert, we have Kwani Japko.
Yeah.
We've got Tayson Iamzo.
Yep.
And then Veno Clix, and then we have Blacha Mixin, and then that's it. That's all the EU guys, I think.
Can we slide Savage and Mongrel in just for the spice of talking about it? Because like, I mean, it's looking like come on, like I've called this like over a month ago, and a lot of people thought I was clickbaiting and laughed at me. We have now had how many of BloodX's client/friend group now moving? Like they're all doing it. Pink does it, Veno does it, and Tayson does it. Like, come on, that call is obviously literally a group chat every night of how are we getting to NA. And you know Savage and Mongol are in that. Like, there's just they're the team that makes the most sense to move, in my opinion. 100%. I think they have the most to gain and the least to lose by moving. So, like, I want to talk about them as well in this.
People are saying that it's Paco Pump right now, too.
Oh, really? Paco Pump. So, again, so many EU NA cross doers. So, I mean, okay, let's go down. So, I want to talk about Mixon and Blaha first. Can we talk about Mixon and Blaha? That's the only double EU team that's going. Where do we think Mixon and Blaha, if they're playing well, make it an NA Grands lobby? I could see easily top 10. I could see top 5 if they get a good drop and lock in. Kanada shaking his head. Mixon and Blaha,
they tweeted out Grimgate, right? And I personally think no matter how good you think they are, there's just so many better teams than them. So way too many. I can count 10 more teams that clear Blacha and Mixon. And no offense to them, but they're just the top 20. They're just like a top 20 lobby filler team. Like, I don't really think
there was a season or two where they were like, I would genuinely argue a top 5 team on EU, potentially top 10, like top 10, definitely potentially top 5. Like there was I can't remember which season it was, but they were looking pretty damn solid. But I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Respectfully to my brothers.
Oh damn! I'm being it's 2-1 again. God damn it!
I think their time's come. I don't think they're a team that used to put in contenders for top 10. Again, it depends on like the Osborne situation and like how con they are. Again, I don't think they would be uncon, and even if they were, it's like, am I still that confident about them? Probably not. It's funny because after the last set, Paco had DM'd me and he was like, I need you guys to get me on the pod. I'm not taking this disrespect.
Yeah, he was in my chat the next day being like, bro, what is happening? And then, I mean, they did pretty well in Grands. They did, I mean,
what did they get?
They did well.
They did okay on day one.
They did well day 1, and then day 2 kind of fell apart. After day 1, I was like, damn, okay, we disrespected my mans. But yeah.
It's because day 2, everybody changes their game plan. Like, the thing with me, I went into day 2, right? My first 2 games, I died a Surge. Because my game plan day 1 did not work, so I switched everything up. The game 3, I literally went into VODs right after game 2, and I was like, "We're not dying a Surge anymore." And then we didn't die to Surge a single game after that.
Can I go back to that point there? You said your day 1 didn't work. You were second place after day 1.
My game 2, my first 2 games on day 2.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, my bad. Okay, cool. All right, fair. I was about to say, dude, you were second, but yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So you guys both don't think Mixon and Baha are going to be doing extremely well then?
I just don't think no call.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. I mean, the thing as well, which it depends. If an NA team goes to EU, they're getting disrespected. They're getting dropped on by everyone. They're not going to get an uncon drop. EU to NA, I mean, this might be for you, Khanada. Obviously, you got friends in this one. Do you think Mixon and Blaha are going to get a lot of respect to get a decent drop uncon, or you think there's just no chance? You think they just don't have the name?
No, I will lock any amount. Not a single player, tier 1, tier 2, is thinking, oh my God, Mixon and Blacha's in the lobby. Nobody is saying, oh my God, I'm scared of this team. No offense to them. Like, no, like I'm chill with Mixon. Like, we went out like a month ago. Like, we went to like mini golf and shit. Like, I'm chill with him. Like, no problem. But I'm just like, just being straight up. Yeah. Nobody's got respect for them. Right.
And they're Polish.
Oh yeah,
Polish teams aren't good at spawn, bro.
Okay, I was like, we're gonna have to explain that one because
Polish teams aren't good off spawn, bro. That's just fact.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's fair. They do have that kind of reputation.
It's just over.
Okay, that is true. Chad, Lemon's not being racist. To be fair, it's just Polish teams when you think about it, Cami Steady and stuff. Amazing teams, but then it's never like, damn, dude, you don't want to contest the Poles. It's not like the Germans or the Danes or like, the spawn fighters. Okay, it's just kind of how it goes in EU. But Tayson and Yomzo, that's a spicy one. That's a tier 1 EU with a tier 1 NA.
Okay,
what are we thinking?
I have a take on this. Like, so what I heard is that Tayson just loves Yomzo, right? Yeah, you love him, talk with him, this and that. But playing with him, okay? Playing with him, when you play with him for an entire season, does that love change, you think? Or is it going to be the same? Oh, yeah, I love him at the end of the season. What I think is going to happen is that Veno is going to get tired of Clix, and Tayson going to get tired of Yomzo, and the Veno and Tayson are just going to end up playing on NA.
No, that's crazy. You think they're going to come over and then just split? Oh, damn. I didn't even think about that. Obviously, like, why are we thinking like these teams that are coming over are locked in, like contract locked in?
Not.
There is a very good chance Oh, dude, we could see a really spicy week 2 snake hitting again like we saw last season. Because
and the thing with Tayson as well is that, like, if you know anything about Tayson, he's like the most like easiest to like piss off player in like
history. He's not known for his patience. Yeah.
That's what I heard. Like when Veno and Tayson were dueling on EU, like even if Veno tried saying something, like in the middle of the game, Tayson would be like, "Shut up! Like I'm not listening to you." And Veno just doesn't want to argue with him, but Tayson's just gonna get mad if Veno even says something. You get what I'm saying? So if Tayson and Yamzo are playing, Yamzo just does his Yamzo things. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like, is Tayson gonna really put up with that for an entire season?
Why did I just not even think about the fact that Tayson and Veno? There's no way they haven't had that conversation. Like, bro, if this goes to shit, at least we're both here together. Like, we are our backups. There's no way they haven't had that convo.
I don't think they've had that conversation with each other, but they've both had that convo. Because I've had that convo with both of them where I've been like, what happens if you... But it's funny though, because it was like, and this is just going way left field, but if you're Yamzo, I'm pretty sure Tayson's going to like stay with Yamzo. Like wherever he's staying, like, they're going to stay in. And it's similar with Clix, right? Like, Veno's moving into Clix's apartment type thing.
I mean, the thing is though, Yamzo actually asked 50 to move for Tayson to move into the dig house.
That's interesting, because I was gonna say, because if you split with me, I'm building out my house. Like, you ain't got a place to stay. Respectfully, if you come to NA to play with me, and then you want to drop me to go play with another, get out my house, man. I want my room back, like straight away. So man, I don't know. It's a risky game. It's a risky business.
Damn, this is gonna be spicy. Okay, last one, because I want to do, again, like I said, I slid it in there. Mongrel Savage. What do we think of Mongrel and Savage are making on NA if they do come over?
All right, Mongrel Savage. I'm gonna be so honest with you right now. Those are my boys, okay? But I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah,
they'll probably qualify to Grands, but not even top 25. I don't see a top 25. Maybe even a top 30. I don't see that. I think they're gonna get contested, or unless somebody is not somebody so honest, like so respectful that they just love Mongrel and Savage. They'll give them an uncon spot. But even with an uncon spot, like they're not. There's literally 20 better teams than them on NA. If with all these changes, there's 20 better teams than them on NA. So they're not. I don't see them even uncon top 20.
I don't think they get uncon either. I don't think. There's a few tier 1 teams as well. Like they try to go for good drops, which is hard too. Like everyone was like, why are they locking in so hard for their drop last season, the Amazon Film Center, whatever you want to call it, that split. We just saw Chap and Teeny in Chap's first ever Grands come second. Like that drop is good. There's no way, like that drop on NA was Baka Pass. So, like there's no way any top 5 or top 10 team is going to give them a drop that they want. Yeah, unless they start going shambles splits and start playing with crappier loot, they're going to be contested. There's just
100%. There's no one on NA that's like going to be like, oh yeah, here's your tier 1 drop spot. You know what I'm saying? No one's letting that slide.
I hate to do it, but I'm just retweeting what you guys just said. Savage will never be uncon in a grand finals, probably ever again for his whole career. He's never done incredibly well off spawn. In EU, he just will always be con for that same reason. I think NA will treat him the exact same. So unfortunately, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see them. Imagine the scenes if they quoted, it'd be great. But
they don't even need to make the land. That's what I mean. Okay, so the conversation with Savage and Mongrel becomes then, if that's the conversation on NA, then we're having the same conversation on EU. We don't think they're going to make land. That seems to be the pretty consensus. Top 10 or top 15, whatever it becomes at roll downs, is too hard. So that's why I still argue that the content boost of NA, which seems to be most people's reason for why they're playing together, the content boost, having fun, the vibes. That's amazing in NA. They can come to NA, and as long as they make Grands, they're going to have one of the most legendary seasons in Fortnite history. It's by making Grands. The storyline of that, the content from that is going to be insane. So, like, I don't think they need to qual to make this move worth it. That's why I think out of all the teams moving to NA, theirs still makes the most sense, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see it either way.
I agree with that. I think for them, especially, again, it's like they're sticking together. Like, some people are taking a risk by, like, trying to play with somebody else and, like, doing all this with, like, them two, just in terms of the story, throughout the year, what it's been, and like, now they have the down of like, oh, we went to, we messed up in Major 2 and it didn't go our way and we didn't qual, and then now we go to NA and we get to qual Grands. Like, that in itself is just 100% worth it. Overall, man, I'll be honest with you, Shrimpsy, because Shrimpsy was the one that mentioned this. I don't think a lot of these teams like do that great once they switch on. Like, I just don't see a world where they do that great. I think some of them, maybe we'll have 1 or 2 that are like just solid. They look really good. unlike Khanada, I think we maybe have one of them that, you know, maybe top 5s, top 3s in that range.
Who do you think's top 3 on A right now? In one of the EU teams.
The only one, based on what I've seen, would be Iomzo and Tayson. Yeah,
that's if they stick though.
True. I think they will stick.
Confident they're splitting. This would have made so much sense last season, like last year with the Last Chance Major. This move last year would have been so good with Last Chance Major because you could have done all the hype, and then if it really did go to shit, you got a last chance. But this is the only chance. If anyone who's watching who doesn't know the current format, you have to get top 10 or the spots roll down. So NA is gonna be like top 13. EU's probably gonna be like top 13 or 14. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as everyone quals. That's pretty risky. That is risky if you get conned and have a crappy day. We've seen teams of that caliber. Veno Tayson just came 12th or 13th on EU grands while unconned, and that was like a decent situation. It can happen with the caliber of players these days. So I don't know. We'll see. Great question, though, Shimsy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shimsy. Okie dokie. Let's get the next caller straight in. What is your name and where you calling from?
Young Bull from America.
Hey, welcome, Young Bull. What's your take, my friend?
My hot take was the ESL Dreamhack should have a qual in EU and NA for the teams that may struggle to get a pass into the country, like Swizzy, if he's looking for a team or not.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I like. So I think. Okay. So I can speak this one a little bit. I'm gonna. So I'm being flown out by ESL and stuff. I've been kind of like following the ESL stuff from the start. Epic. I mean, I don't know this from them officially, but Epic has screwed them. We can all sense that, right? Like announcements are coming out super late. We don't know what's going on. There's no way they would want to announce things the way they have. Like randomly Dreamhack Melbourne, I got flown out and played some stuff. And then now they have Dallas. We only found out about Dallas like a week or two ago. I think what they planned for ESL didn't go ahead. I'm guessing it's because of Fortnite. We've heard in the past that like Fortnite's been really difficult to work with for ESL, Gamers 8, whatever the company is at the time. So, but they do still have that, right? We do have online quals for EU.
Yeah.
So, it's not just Dallas. There are going to be other ways to qual as well. I don't know if you know that, Young Bull. But again, it's not your fault for not knowing. It's like kind of we're getting stuff like this. Where Khanada talks about exactly what the format is, and this is news to me. And I'm like, oh, cool. They've announced that's how that's working. So, I think they still have a chance. But yes, it's all up in the air because I think Fortnite's been very difficult, sadly. ESL's got a lot of history of running really good tournaments in every other esport. You can just look at how it's going in Fortnit right now and like how everything's being announced very last minute. It's like, this doesn't make sense why they would be doing this. Yeah,
it's a bit of like a very messy situation. I think the big thing is if you're looking like long term, like what would have been a great way to do this. And from like leaks I've heard, they sort of wanted to do this, but again, with just how like weird and delayed everything's been. I would have loved for them to have like multiple LAN qualifiers. So yeah, like Dreamhack Sweden a couple of months ago. I don't know if it actually happened a couple of months ago. But anyway, just Dreamhacks, like do the actual qualifiers, like different Dreamhacks that are happening around the world. Like, I thought that would have been cool.
Hell yeah.
But again, it's like I think the big thing with this, I don't know what to expect out of the Esports World Cup for Fortnite and what it will look like come the end of it. I just hope that this is just ultimately a big learning lesson for them. And I hope like things don't go bad and they're just like, oh, screw this. Like, I hope it's like next year we can learn from what went wrong last year and we can like do all these things to make it better and have more qualifiers and have more in-person things because people love in-person stuff and just like ultimately just like make it like a really big fun thing. I think would be the lesson there. So,
well, Khanada, you're getting involved in and stuff. Like, do you like the concept of what they're doing in the entire game mode? Like, do you see it succeeding in the coming years if it obviously ran the way they wanted to?
I definitely don't think this is smart at all, in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't just do an actual zero build game mode, like the actual game mode, and run it. Because think about it, on ESL, right? On NA, just in NA, there's literally, I think, 5 teams that you can name on NA, ESL, like that are like good. And like the other teams are just like teams that just got together and they're just playing just for fun, right?
Yeah.
And that's literally 20 players. You know what I'm saying? There's only 20 players on that. And then like EU is like double the players, but there's only like still like only 5 to like 7 teams that are like, oh, they're a good team.
Yeah.
That's not, there's just like nobody still. You get what I'm saying? In that game mode, that doesn't even fill up a battle royale lobby.
Yeah.
Like how are we even getting that little amount of players on ESL?
I think I like the vision they have. And obviously ESL, again, a lot of Fortnite fans don't follow the esports. Like their backgrounds, like Counter-Strike and like, like supreme competitive games with actual orgs. And I think that's what they want to bring to Fortnite. And I think it is easy to bring that vision of Fortnite in a 4v4 game mode. If you want it to be like big orgs, you want it to be competitive with no RNG, you want to kind of like, but again, like that's not Fortnite though. Like I think Fortnite's just it's a tough game to do it with. I think if they had their vision of let's say what their vision was 3 lands, one in like one EU, one NA, and then the other one in one of the smaller regions, and then maybe online qualifiers for the smaller regions, but you had to qualify through one of the lands like what they had with the no builds. I think that would have generated so much hype. Even if like you're a bit like I don't know about 4v4 whatever, you would still watch it if you saw all the players going, which I think will happen next week. I think Dreamhack will still have some hype around it just because whenever you get all the players together, there's always hype. But yeah, I think the game mode had crazy potential. I think it still does. Like Levin said, I wanted to go big next year. I think they just got screwed by Epic by the looks of it. Like they obviously had big plans, and this is still big. $2 million land or whatever the prize pool is going to be. It's $60 million split to something. I'm going to guess it's at least 1 or 2 mil. That's the price of the global champs land. And then you also are going to have, a 250K land. So we'll see.
Yeah. And I think without like getting too sidetracked, another thing that I'm hopeful for is, you guys mentioned a great point of like, it doesn't feel like Fortnite with a lot of what they've done, which is true in terms of like the mode and stuff.
Yeah,
there's hopefully scope for that to change, right? Like over the coming years, like hopefully they maybe build out something with more time and whatnot. Like they build out something that maybe does connect more with the community that people enjoy playing. Because to me it's like crazy that we have this like multi-million-dollar like tournament, and like if you look at the game mode right now in Fortnite, there's like 20 people playing it. It's like hold on a minute.
And the problem, there's also another problem. They tried doing search and destroy as the third map. So like you play CTF, Hardpoint, then Search and Destroy, which is basically like literally CSGO. There's a bomb, you plant the bomb, and then this. But that doesn't work because there's no walking in Fortnite. There's no standing still whether you cut out audio. Because if you crouch walk, right, and the other team can still hear you, even if you're crouch walking, they can hear it. And there's no one-tap headshots in Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? With a pistol, with an AR. In CSGO, in Valorant, they're all one-shot headshot, walking, making plays, solo. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't do that in Search and Destroy on Fortnite. It doesn't work. They'll know where you are at all times.
Yeah.
So I just got distracted by the whole chat spamming.
Pink Camaro has happened. It's happened. Oh my god.
For the audio listeners or the people who are watching like after the stream is live, as we're recording this, Pink Camaro have officially announced they're together. We kind of did already touch on it earlier.
We touched on it, yeah.
It was kind of it's gonna happen.
Yeah, cool. Sure. I'm excited. That's another good team that might do well. Thank you for your question, though, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, Young Bull.
No problem. Have a good one.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's kind of like after Dreamhack Dallas, I think it'll be a lot more digestible what's going on. Like I'm gonna have to make some videos because like everyone just keeps doing like what's ESL, and I haven't made a video because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on, and it's just like people hear about it in these little tidbits. That's the problem. I think the game mode, I think it does have potential what they're trying. It's just it hasn't executed because the information is not out there yet. But we'll see.
All right, let's get the next call in. This person's name is Booga Hater 398. This is gonna be good.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. My man is wearing it on his chest.
Booga Hater. Do you want to reveal your real identity, or you want to stay as Booga Hater?
Yeah, I'm also known as Defiable, but I'm Booga Hater 398 today.
Okay,
and,
what's up, Defiable?
My take is that Booga's gonna dud at Class C and Grands because he's gonna get conned by Kwani, and Kwani's the king of drops. Unless he moves to somewhere like NITRODOME, I don't know, weak ass team landing there, but unless he moves there, he could 12-0 them. But if he stays classy, he's gonna do bad. And
wait, sorry, can you remind me who's the weak ass team landing NITRODOME?
I think it's I forgot their name. I think it's like Khanada.
Khanada.
Canada. Yeah. Okay.
The random ass team there, but.
5-1 Malibuka, Thomas Land. Nothing much though. Don't worry about that one though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Booga really cares anymore. I mean, he's like what 25 now, so
he's old. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're gonna try and break this one down and digest it. So our question is, we don't think Booga's gonna do well at Classy Court.
Yeah.
I mean, Booga to V did kind of just come top 3 like what 2 seasons ago. Like it did come 3rd. Do you think? Okay. Well, actually, this is going for Khanada. Sorry, I'm gonna morph this one just a little bit. Booga V better than Booga Ages. Ages better than anyone.
Think about Agers, man. Like at first, like the grands we played last grands, right? I wanted to keep playing with him. I really believed the reason why we didn't do well that grands, like we got like 13th, was because day 1 we were full contested, right? At our spot. Day 2 they left, and we came back from 35th place to literally like we were going into last game, bought a top 8 in the grands, right? I didn't load in the last game. on Grand Finals day 2. So we couldn't even play the last game out, right? And we also made a mistake day 2 where we're 5-5-5 on half, and we just got pre-edited and both of us died. It was like a huge mistake. But I already know me and Agers have potential to do well. So I was super confused why he just dropped me, right? I was like, bro, like, why are you dropping me? That's not the reason why we did bad, right?
Yeah.
He was just like, he was telling me he wants a fresh start, right? Fresh start. But this Booga thing in Agers, we knew in the OG season they played tournaments together, right? They played dual tournaments together.
Oh,
and you remember that? It was like already Booga already got his spell already on Agers. Like he like got the spell around him. He put some potions in and just manipulated him, right, into thinking that he's better than me, right? Okay. I mean, and we all know how that turned out, right? They're dying to all spawn to Zeus and Pike. I don't know how that's even possible, right? Like Agers is supposed to be really good all spawn, but they're losing to tier 4 teams all spawn in the grand finals, right? So where does that even make you stand? And I heard behind the scenes that Agers was like, Booga was already done playing with Agers. Like he was like, he doesn't want to play with Agers, and he's just waiting for Agers to DM him that he's gonna go play with Rai, so it's easier on him. You know what I'm saying? To not drop him and not make it awkward. But it's just sad. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing like these duos just keep nonstop splitting. It's like, and when you get in that Booga effect where you're just going to get dropped, picked up, snaked, like we've seen this multiple times with Booga, and people just don't learn, I guess. You
it's abusive relationships. I'm not going to lie. You look at Fortnite pro duos from the outside in. Levin, tell me, like, we haven't been in this, right? Like we don't, but like looking from the outside, that sounds like my friend who has the toxic ex. And like Jam, like
fuck
that.
Booga.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm kidding.
It was like when Booga, like Jamper, when Jamper kept going playing back with Booga, it's like, bro, he doesn't care about you. Like, you need to, like, we need to have something happen here. Okay, so I'm reading between what you're saying, Khanada. You're saying that Agers and you had the potential to do phenomenal, and then Booga Agers did shit. And you still, so it's not Agers' fault, though.
Yeah, the thing is, though, too, before even FNCS happened, Agers, and there was talks that Booga was snaking him from Arrow. Everybody knew about this. Literally, Agers started freaking out. He was like, yo, if you're gonna fucking not play with me, say it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was DMing Booga and shit. Like, there was just shit happening right before FNCS. And the way I see Fortnite, it's like, I would make sure that I have a teammate. Like, that's number one priority. Make sure I have a teammate that's loyal and we're going to be down to play and grind, right? I think with me, that's the thing. That's the reputation I have, is being loyal to my teammates, right? If I'm going to play with you for a season, I'm going to lock in and play with you for that season. Maybe after the season, it's not going to go the way it's going to be, but during the season, don't worry about it. I'm sticking with you. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with Agers, like, in my opinion, people are saying that he's super, like, conditioned to my play style. So him playing with Booga was, like, super different for Booga to, like, playing with someone that really doesn't make, because like in my duel with Agers, you know, I was doing all the surge, I was the one IGLing, I was the one leading us to get frags, and he would be there with his gun out and listen, right?
Sounds like you're doing everything, mate, to be honest.
I mean, but that's all I needed, though. You get what I'm saying? That's what I wanted him to do, because I already know I'm not putting Agers in a surge base. I'm putting myself up there. You get what I'm saying? I'm more confident in myself making sure we don't die to surge than Agers, than me putting Agers up there and me farming. So I'll make sure that I'm doing everything. But when he's playing with Booga, it's like, did Booga do everything like that? You get what I'm saying? It wasn't. It's like the playstyles are two different things.
You guys are one of the main duos doing really, really well, but I would still heavily classify in that, like, IGL fragger role. We're seeing now that a lot of duos are kind of not like that as much. Like, some will make calls in endgame, some won't. And, like, but you guys were still that hardcore. Like, you were the IGL, he was the fragger. So, and it was still working. But yeah, that is a very different type of IGLing to most tier 1 IGLs these days. These days, it seems to be very collaborative. So I can see how that would just not play into it, where, I don't know. Can we get the question? Has Agers kind of, like, he probably just knows there's no chance you leave Cooper, though, right? So he hasn't even tried to, like, message you or talk to you or try and, like, get
I'm never playing with Agers again.
Oh, wow.
That's already confirmed. Like, the thing with me, like, if a teammate, like, like, the thing is, though, right after the grand finals, right, I asked him, yo, are we sticking together? Okay? I'm asking because I said, I want to play, but are we sticking? No response. Egoed. He egoed my message. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know what he's thinking, but can you just be honest with me, right? Like, yo, like, I'm not really sure, right? or give me some time to think. He didn't say anything. I thought we were just gonna play. So I go on vacation. Okay, I go on vacation to Korea.
Oh, you were away. That's right.
I go to Korea for 2 weeks. I plan out this entire vacation with my family. We go to Korea, then to Okinawa, Japan, and then back to Korea, and I would be there for another week. Hits me in the middle of the night. Yo, I'm playing with Booga, or like I'm gonna play with someone else. Like, come on, man. Like,
you got broken up with over text. Like,
that's crazy.
Like,
dude, at least be honest with me and be like, I don't know if I want to stick with you. You get what I'm saying? Be honest with me. And he wasn't honest or open air about anything, and he just dropped me, and he knew I was on vacation. Damn. So I had to cancel everything the next day.
You came back early.
I came back instantly, right when I saw the text, because I'm fucked. I'm not trying to have another bad season, right? And I need to get a good duo where I can grind and I play. So that's why I instantly came back, and I was first going to play with Dukes, right? I was on my flight. I was like messaging people, yo, like, who are we playing with? At first, it was between Muzz and Dukes, right? And I thought Dukes was better than Muzz. And with the way I see it, is like Dukes has a bad season. He grinds his ass off and he's goated the next one. That's the way I see Dukes. And I'm like, dude, he just had a bad season. He's going to grind his ass off and go crazy this season with me, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is he just didn't want to play on stream. Like, we played one day of scrims on stream.
I remember this.
And he was super, like, his vibe was just killed. Like, he hates how Twitch chat talks to him. You get what I'm saying? It got to him at the end of the day. So that night, he
went through the full Clix effect, like the bad Clix effect, not the good Clix effect.
Yeah. So he would have he basically said, I was honest to him. I was like, yo, listen, if you don't want to play with me, tell me right now. I'm not going through with this. Okay. But right when that happened, Cooper and Merrill have just split, right? That night, Cooper and Merrill basically lied to Cooper and said, yo, I'm going to just grief the fuck out of Booga this season, so you should play with someone else, okay? And me and Cooper already just played Dreamhack Atlanta together. We won it. Of course, it wasn't a big land, nothing like that. I don't think that's an accomplishment, but we just played and we did good, right? So I think we have some chem already, and we know how each other play. So I was like, fuck it, I'm down to play with you. But all we know is Mero and Aviv instantly left Olympus to just go with their spot. So Mero basically lied to Cooper because he basically just didn't want to play with him at the end.
How is this not relationships? How's anyone listening not here? Like, it's like breaking up over text, like not wanting to save their feelings, like wanting them to break up with them so they don't have to be the mean one. Like, it's crazy, bro.
I mean,
remember the interview as well on the broadcast when you were talking about Rise, and he's like, you know, when you've been with someone for so long, you know, you start to learn about their emotions and how they feel deep down, and you got to really like think about it. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it is like relationships, 100%.
It is.
I mean, it's you guys are working together day in day out. There's so much money on the line, pressure and stuff. Like, you got to expect to be like that.
Not even that. Like, me and Adrian's been playing for like a 2 years now. Like, the least you can do is just tell me, yo, like, I don't think we should play anymore. You know what I'm saying? Not just drop me on my forehead in the middle of vacation. Like, that's the difference. Like, we've been playing for 2 years. Can I at least get that respect and honesty, right?
Do you feel like you have trust issues now because of this? Like, will you ever trust again?
No, I don't think I have trust
Cooper's
issues.
Great.
Because Cooper, I know Cooper.
Cooper's great.
You keep thinking with me and Cooper, like, Cooper knows I'm the GOAT. Like Cooper knows, like, if anything happens, like, he knows that I'm not gonna leave him for anything, and he knows that we're gonna do well. He just needs to trust me because it worked out in the end. Because at first, when our yacht got blown up, right, Cooper was freaking out. Bro, where are we gonna land? What are we gonna do? I said, calm down, dude. Let me think. Let our brother think. I opened the map and I said, listen, this spot next to us is not bad at all. We have metal, we have loot here, and we can do things to get Surge easily. And he's like, dude, I don't think so. We're landing on sticks and stones. I said, calm down. Just wait. Let's play Grand and see what happens. And I showed him from last Grands with me and Adrian's, our VODs and shit. And I said, listen, you see this? When you listen to me, we can do well. Okay? And guess what happens in the end? We get third place with a spot that no one thought was ever going to be good. No one thought this spot was going to be good. End up getting third, and we played great because he trusted me and listened to me. And now that's why me and him we're just locked in. We're good.
Yeah. Sweet.
Damn. I'm glad your heart healed, you know?
Yeah. Was that enough Booga slander for you, Defiable? I feel like there was a lot of Booga slander in there. I feel like we got what we wanted. We didn't really talk too much about Classy specifically, but I feel like there was
I was going to bring up Classy. It's a grief fest in Grands. It was like triple my season.
Can I? Because I saw on like the first day of new season, I saw like Queasy was like landing Classy all season. you know, he was doing the whole thing where people are like, shh, you guys aren't ready. Like, you'll see a bunch of other teams said they were landing there, and he was like, don't leak, shh, don't tell anyone. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, what's going on at Classy this season? That's like making it the best POI in the world. Like, I'm not been
There's like these drones at the POI that there's like 8 drones or something. And when you kill, when you shoot them out, it gives you 3 guns, I think. 3 guns. It's like they buff the drones.
It's like what used to be at the Savage spot.
Yeah, it's like broken as fuck. So that's why everyone's trying to land there.
Wait, that sounds even better than the ones that are at Savage's spot. If it drops 3 guns, that's a
like 3 guns,
All right, well, now we've leaked and everyone's dropping class. There you go. But the bosses are... Okay, the boss isn't in there, right? Oscar and
no, yeah, they're not in.
They're only in pubs and ranked. Okay, so you don't get the mythic shoddy too, but yeah, okay.
Because you have to challenge the NPC for it.
Yeah. You don't get that in
Damn.
But, all right. Yeah. Hope that was enough for you, Defiable.
Thank you,
I'm actually Booga Lover 574.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Okay, cool. We're team Booga now.
Thanks, Booga Lover.
Thank you, Defiable. Appreciate it, bro.
Mate. All right, let's get the next caller in. Hello, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Samuel. I'm calling from the UK, and my take is I think NITRODOME has the ability to be the most broken POI this season because of the mythic Boombo, which easily allows people to play on high and just grief the entire lobby. And but I also think that Redline Rig, because of the infinite I forgot what it was called, the Nitro Dash.
Oh my
god. That's not Redline Rig. That's brutal, isn't it? That's brutal.
So brutal. So if anyone's not watched the new season, because but same thing. So we got Brutal Beachhead is the infinite Nitro medallion.
It has the mythic combat shotgun. It has the mythic Nitro Fist, which gives you 5 charges instead of 4. And the third one is the infinite Nitro Dashing. Like if you have it, you have it at all times.
So sorry for interrupting here, chat. Just so anyone doesn't know how this is going to play out, Khanada's now going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes convincing everyone that his drop is the worst out of all of them. This is how it's going to go. He's going to gaslight you. That's why he's like, bro, Brutal Beachhead gets this, and this. We'll get to Nitro. Like,
no, I'm just saying it out. I already know the crossbow is the most broken item in the game. Okay. I already know it.
That's why. It's hard to hide.
Be honesty.
I don't lie about that. I'm not gonna cope. Oh my god, my drop is so bad. Okay. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay. It's the best. It's the best thing, and that's why I think it's gonna get nerfed. I really do believe it's gonna get nerfed. But people are saying that it's. I think it will. The thing is though, with my argument, it's not. It doesn't compare to Grimgate. In my argument, it doesn't. It doesn't even. It's not. It doesn't even get close to Grimgate because of the fact that Grimgate had the only mobility on the map. Nobody else had mobility besides them, right? Infinite mobility for both teammates. But this season, everybody on the map has Nitro Fist. Everybody on the map has Nitro Splashes. And everybody on the map can get a crossbow as well. It's not like I'm the only one with this crossbow. Yes, I do have the infinite ammo and everything. But I can die in situations that the Grimgate coin couldn't. Like, someone can run in my box with Fist. I can't crossbow them. I'm dead. Someone runs in my box with Nitros, I'm dead. Grimgate, dashing away, infinitely, getting ahead. I can't get ahead with a crossbow. Maybe I can get some surge, but it's not going to be I don't get guaranteed mobility at my spot.
Yeah, it's oh man. I mean, your spot. I think a lot of the mythics are just like busted. Obviously, your spot. You know, we talked about it a bit already. Like that crossbow is just insane. And
it's insane.
Being able to just spam it infinitely. Just can't run. Like we can't allow that to happen. Like we can't get to grand finals this season, and that's just still a thing. Because it would just be ridiculous.
But people are learning from it though. Like when they get crossbowed, they just fist away. Like people have been learning about it. Like that when I focus them, they don't sit there and hold no more. Right when they see a crossbow on them, they automatically take their fist and just run because they just can dash away infinitely. And I can't do anything about that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not like there's not a counter to it. There is a counter to it. You can run away with your fist. But it's just like it is the best item in the game, but everybody else has mobility. So there's not going to be one team that's dominating every single tournament this season. It's going to be one team wins this tournament because they play better. One team wins this. It's not going to be the Peter Poyo fucking domination anymore.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
Let's for the sake of the question as well, let's say that they do nerf the infinite ammo and it doesn't work in crossbows. Let's say that's the change. That's the change we're expecting to make. They won't make it not work in everything. They'll probably just make the crossbow. Where do you rate the new POIs then, Khanada? With that, knowing that, do you think that Brutal Beachhead is the best then? Redline Rig, like how do you place it NITRODOME without the
The
infinite
way
crossbow.
I see it is Brutal Beachhead is definitely the best POI out of all of them. Because think it's guaranteed dual mobility. One person can hold medallion and one person can hold fist, right? You're guaranteed every game you play is dual mobility, right? And all you need is one more fist and both of your teammates have fist, right? Yeah. And also at that spot, you get a mythic combat shotgun. People are saying, like, I talked to Acorn. Acorn says, bro, this shit is fucking ass. And I told him that I played scrims yesterday. When everyone's fisting in the air, you have a combat shotgun, you can kill anybody out the air.
Yeah, that is
I'm not even joking. You can kill anybody out the air, mid-air, while you're fisting with them. It's literally the easiest kill. Like, I killed a kid $200 yesterday with the purple combat shotgun. 3 bullets out there. It was insane. It was so easy. And it's slept on. It's really slept on.
I think a lot of people base these weapons on their strength in like ranked and pubs, like you're saying, and that's a very specific thing in competitive. But even like the way teams box fight in like a Grands lobby or a stacked lobby versus like, you know, ranked or something, the combat's range and tiny reticle. If someone opens the edit for you, you hold the right hand, like how people like using the snipe and holding, like it's going to be really good like that. I don't think it's terrible. I think, I just think whenever pros judge new weapons based on how hard they're shitting on kids in ranked, I always do find that a bit interesting. Like it's going to be probably one of the best guns for comp. But I mean, we're going to talk about this assault rifle. This assault rifle, I feel like Peterbot when I pick that thing up, like it is MK level of just like shoots dead straight, no recoil. Like it is ridiculous. And we're giving that to Peterbot. That's going to be that's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely scary. But the only thing is about these POIs, right? The 2 POIs is that you're surrounded by the best teams in the lobby. Southside, ready? You have Acorn Cold right here. You have Peterbot Poil here. You have Taste and Yamzo in front of them. Then you have Clix Veno to your left. To your right, you have Rise Agers. In front of you, you have me and Cooper. To your right of Agers and you have Senate, I guess. And then you have like fucking Duke Sphinx. Like it's literally a fuckfest of good teams, right?
This is like one of the first times I think in any season ever where you will probably have like all the best teams in the lobby all landing in just the same area of the map.
Same area, exactly.
It's like it's the concentration of just like the best teams in the lobby is insane this season.
Yeah, and Acorn was talking to me like he was super stressed. He's like, dude, like he was considering landing on me at NITRODOME, and I told him, dude, like you're worried about Surge, but all you need to be worried about is just trying. Like last grand finals, right? Acorn first day, he was contested, right? He went into it thinking it was a dud. He didn't care. He didn't try. I talked to him then. I said, listen, all you have to do is try and you'll do well. You have to just play and think that you're going to do well. Guess what happened? 31st to 5th, right?
Yeah.
He went from 31st to 5th and he just went crazy, right? So I was just like, listen, you just need a spot on a con. Stop worrying about these big problems. Just play your spot out and you'll literally do well. I don't know what the problem is, right?
Yeah.
Because there's not enough jobs for him. But the thing is, how do you think this is going to play out for Surge then, Khanada? Like, because obviously, like, you can't, if you take fights on that area of the map, you were just getting pinged constantly.
The thing is, though, there's portals everywhere. You can, if you have a phase, you can get literally from bottom side of the map to middle instantly, right? You can go so far. And with the medallion too, with the Brutal Beachhead medallion, you have it infinitely. You can just run forever, right? And the other person has a mythic fist, you can get ahead. It's not like you're stuck in your POI. You're not. You have so much things around you, natural mobility, your own mobility to get out of that POI and play out of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just stuck in one spot.
We didn't talk too much about it, but I do just have to say that the medallion that gives you the nitro dash thingy majig.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is just ridiculous. Like I don't know if there's been much NA scrims. Cause I didn't watch any NA scrims, but from the EU scrims today, bro, this nitro dash in endgame, just running through layers.
It's insane.
Oh my god.
It's so stupid.
Like the audio is just so questionable. Like you can't hear anything. So it's like
even with the fist, like I played a scrim yesterday. I was mid ground. Okay, I opened my box. Kid just runs in my box. It's like instant runs in. I open for a second, runs in, and he's behind me.
Yeah.
Like what am I supposed to do? Or if I open my edit, boom, boom, I'm dead. Fist, boom, boom, I'm dead. What am I supposed to
left, right, good night. Yeah. It's a bit brutal.
Who's landing on NA? Because in EU it's Swizzy, and I saw a clip from Swizzy today on like Resub's Twitter, and oh my, like he's just running straight through with that medallion.
It's Acorn Cold.
Okay.
Oh shit,
Cold,
Cold. Yeah, well, we're gonna give
Cold,
that to Cold.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Cold with a gatekeeper shotgun out. If he puts the mag on it, just running through people's layers.
Even that combat.
Oh, with the combat is
Mythic.
Bro,
it's just insane. That's what I was trying to tell Acorn, but Acorn was just like, dude, like, we'll see, bro. We'll see. Like, I'm like, bro, this is literally what's gonna happen. I just played scrims today. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you what's gonna happen and how you're gonna abuse this thing. It's so broken.
Yeah, I will say back on the topic of like these medallions versus Grim, I think the thing that's worth mentioning to a lot of people who maybe don't follow comp as heavily, the main reason why Grim was also so absurdly broken was because you could share it. As strong as all these mythics are, these medallions, only one person does get it, to be fair. The infinite ammo, only one person needs it for Surge, really, because of the bow. But without the bow, it's going to be like, Khanada's going to do most of the Surge, but it's like, the Nitro, yes, just having Cold have that, for example, just running through layers will be super OP. The regenerating shield, I think, is just not getting anywhere near enough focus because that one you can share technically. Whoever's just trading Surge has just the full ability. The other person going to sit back, get mats, do whatever. If like, for example, if you had that if you had that up on your Surge base, you're just constantly generating shield, you're going to get max Surge as well like you are with the infinite ammo. Like you just trade with everyone.
It's the same thing. Like the thing with the crossbow, you get Surge from the crossbow, okay? You get Surge, you can get easy kills, and you get to grief people, okay? But we don't get guaranteed mobility at our spot. That's the difference in like all POIs. It's like we don't get mobility, but we get a broken gun. This spot gets guaranteed mobility with good loot. This spot gets good loot with Surge as well. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like what you want, what do you pick, and how you can work around it.
They indirectly nerfed those the shield coin though, just by adding infinite cacti all over. It's everyone in that area just has an infinite shield anyway. So you know,
I was gonna say that. Do we think someone's getting banned this season? Let's be real. Are we getting Slurpy swamps? Like the Surge trading. This meta is designed for Surge trading. Like you think someone's getting banned? Okay.
I don't think I think that Fortnite, like they're not really even in touch with it unless somebody tweets out something so obviously cheating where it's like literally every game they do the same thing and they know they don't kill each other.
Happens. That's already happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they didn't ban anyone since besides Bucky. So it's like they're not really even in touch with anything. Like they don't really even care.
Yeah.
Well,
so even if it does it has to be so like obviously cheating.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see someone getting banned. But besides that, I don't think anyone's getting banned.
Well, what I was gonna say is in other regions we've seen people be banned for this recently, like last season.
Randu.
Like major, we saw it last season. We saw it in Major 1 in Brazil as well, right? Like the team that was first place after day 1, like got kicked off the leaderboard or something along those lines. So like in other regions, this has been happening and people have been getting banned. I can see a world where we even get a team on EU and NA, you know, maybe getting caught out as well. So it's gonna be
It's like they designed it. Like you as soon as before we even jumped in the season, I had one of my viewers flying around the map showing me things, and I'm like, we have this much fully regenerating shield permanently. We have these Oasis, which is also regenerating shield. We have a medallion that's regenerating shield. I'm like, do you want these pros? Like, are you trying to make it so easy to Surge trade that they finally do it and you get to make a statement? I just don't, they just don't care. I just don't think they think the way pros think. They just throw these in and like, this won't be a problem. It's going to be insane. We could even go back to what we did with friggin' the land. Do you think anyone's gonna like hijack kids and throw them on the plant and then just farm them for 20 minutes? Like it's even easier now. They're everywhere. If you're in that part of the map, they are everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna see some very messy stuff.
It's gonna be bad.
I think we talked enough about Nitro, so thank you very much, Sam, for calling in with that. We managed to deflect relatively from Khanada's POI being the most broken, but we'll get to that, I'm sure, at some point this season. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you very much for having me, and I still hope my glorious king can win the Sevens. Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. All right, let's get. What's up, Veno? How you doing, mate? Let's get the next call in. Hosted. How you doing, my friend? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hungary. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so my take is that the new POIs are really bad in loot. And most of the teams like Khanada landing there, like example, they are gonna get full griefed.
What do you mean by that though? Like full griefed off loot just alone?
Just you're gonna have no loot, just the medallion and the bow.
Yeah.
And the fist as well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even guaranteed fist at my spot. That's the thing.
Yeah. To be fair, like the new POIs, we all drop there in ranked and pubs, whatever, being like, damn, this shit's crazy, look at the medallion. And then after like a few games, you start to be like, why is my loot always shit? Like, I feel like I'm not, like, unless the boss spawns there, which it does in comp at least, but I'm like, why do I never have anything? The new jobs do actually have very shit loot. Is that something that does concern you at all, Khanada, if the bow gets nerfed?
Oh, it definitely is a big problem. It is a big problem if the bow gets nerfed because there's really is no guaranteed chest at my spot at all. And I'm out of all 3 POIs, I have the least amount of chests from all the mythic POIs, so I have the least chance of getting like good loot every game. Like yesterday, yeah, we do have 2 guaranteed fizzes, right? One from the boss, but sometimes it bugs. You get a 0 fizz from the boss.
Oh,
yeah, you get fucked from that. Or let's say I just come out with only 3 minis. I mean, I do have the cactus around me, but I can't just go around running around hitting it early game. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna need to pop minis and use my heals early. But it's just like if I get unlucky one game and 5 chests spawn out of 28 or something like 10 out of 28.
Well, so you mentioned the start, because I feel like a lot of people following comp maybe are not as heavily. There are 100% chest spawns now, and you can figure out which ones they are. Shout out to Siren. He has a whole map of all of them on the map. You don't have any, right? Which is just, it's a major nerf that people just don't realize. Like your drop has literal chest RNG that some other drops just don't have.
You know.
I think the big thing I'd say for you guys, it's harder for you guys with NITRODOME than I think some of the other POIs. The benefit of some of the other POIs where they're like edge map spots is that with the cactus around, like if you need to tank storm to try get a better loadout and scrap you somewhere, like you can, right? Like it's much easier from those spots. Whereas NITRODOME, where you're a bit more mid map again, like you said, like you can't run around really and try and like find loot somewhere. If you
and on the south side, there's also a lot of guaranteed chests that are just like scattered around, like 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You know what I'm saying? And it's guaranteed. Like I'm looking at the map right now, and all the highlighted chests are guaranteed, and there's so many in the area of the south side. So even if you don't get anything, which I highly doubt that you're not gonna get anything, but you will always find loot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just hard for me if I'm dead center with no loot because I can't go anywhere else. There's no place I can run.
Yeah. I think it's weird. We've never seen this concentration of pros in one area, but there is actually realistically a little minimal loot to go around. How do we think this is going to favor out for the North teams who don't have, like, they have easier teams around them, but if we start getting all like max North zone pools and start getting like North map actually looking pretty decent because it is more low key. You get an entire PY with loot. Also, the island does give double gloves, which I find very interesting. I think any team that doesn't have mobility, who really wants it, like wants to secure it, they do have the higher risk play of playing for it. But even like wait, bunkers are still in, right?
Yeah, bunkers are still in. So
your guys'
these other
bunkers
spots
are full griefed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get bunkers. I don't get a bunker in my spot. But NITRODOME does. There's no bunkers in the area. There's bunkers below. Like
you can't claim that south one.
You can't take any arms or landing on it, and there's bunkers all around the other map on the north side too, right? So all these other players that are landing there will have really good guns to play with. Like if they need a DMR with a scope on it, they'll go get one. You get what I'm saying? Or like a drum mag on a gatekeeper, they'll go get one. But I have to play with the loot they gave me, and it's just like the crossbow is going to help me a lot, but my heals is not going to be the best. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think in terms of what you were saying, Boasted, I think when you're looking at all the new POIs, I think the edge ones will be fine when it comes to their loot. I think NITRODOME will probably suffer the most out of all of those, but I still think you guys will be all right.
Yeah, we'll be 100%. If it doesn't get nerfed, we'll be fine. I have no problem with that. But the problem is this bow, it's gonna get nerfed, and I know it. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
The only thing as well that I think I do want to talk about a little bit is teams that have already called for LAN have the biggest off spawn advantage right now, because if you contest them, like they have nothing to lose. You like obviously there's money in LAN, but a team that drops on you hasn't called to LAN. Let's be realistic. You're not letting them make LAN. Like I know you're not. Like they have to get a top. 100%. You can just you'll just give yourself a bottom 20 and they give them a bottom 20 and you've won. Like you have succeeded.
Yeah, and not even that. With NITRODOME, if I do get contested, it's split, right? There's a north side, there's a south side. And let's say I get 6 chests that spawn on my side and they get 1 or 2. I'm chilling. I can win that fight, and I'm gonna elongate the fight as long as I can until that boss spawns, because the NITRODOME boss also doesn't instantly spawn. You have to wait for it to spawn. Yeah, and you have to stay in the middle of the NITRODOME for the timer to go down. So there's a lot of problems with the POI, but it's worth it at the end. Of course, you get the fucking God bow, but if you're con there, it's gonna be way harder to fight at than you think. Like you can't even fight at this POI.
I just don't think there's any POI in any season. I genuinely don't think. I think any team who hasn't qualified for LAN is going to be able to drop on someone who has qualified LAN, and that team's sole purpose is to make you not qualify, and you pull it off. You're going to have to go Jesus spawn fight mode. Like, you're going to have to beat one of the best teams at least 8 out of 9 times instantly. The only
way they can do that is if I 50-50 them and they beat me in a 50-50 every single time.
And you just won't.
Yeah, I just won't, because Thomas tried it.
But even with that as well, with NITRODOME, it's like you're gonna be gliding in, and there's no chest. You're gonna be like, what chest are we landing on?
Which one's guaranteed? Which thing? Where am I landing? Where I open a door that's supposed to have 5 chests in it, and there's only 1. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's so situational, all spawn. Like, it's so luck based, like where you land and what you get.
I think this season, more than any other season, we're going to see tier 1 pros all get the best drops who have already qualified LAN, because no one's going to want to contest them, because it's just going to be stupid to do so. So we're going to have everyone else who's playing for the qual spots just dropping on each other at like decent drops, but not as good drops. Like, why would you contest Acorn and Cold again over at what's the other one? The Brutal Beachhead. So there's just no reason to.
Same thing with Yasir landing on them last season. I already told Yasir he's stupid as shit. Like, he got 44th place in grand finals landing there, contesting to Acorn and Cold that got 5th, and he was trying to justify it on Twitter. Like, what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You're a team. If you're so good all spawn, land on a shittier team and do better against them, then land on one of the best teams on the region. Yeah. And of course you're gonna do bad. It's already planned out for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a good question though. UP-wise, go for it, bro.
Khanada, can I have a question? So why aren't you going for the bunker below NITRODOME?
It's impossible.
On the hill.
There's a river in between, and then there's already a team landing on it, so they're just gonna base on it with the base up there. What am I gonna do? Cross a river and go over? I'm
climb up the hill,
and then risk of getting tagged and losing all the heals that I only got. You get what I'm saying? There's no point going for that bunker. There's no point.
You just don't have the timing.
I wanted caches back, bro. Bunkers are so boring compared to caches. My God. I know that's a whole nother thing, but like, bro, the way you just described it, that is it. Like, there's just, if you have the bunker, you have the bunker. It doesn't create these fun mid-game fights. And the fights that do break out are just these boring ass 5-minute box fights until someone decides to leave in zone and the other person got griefed as much. I hate it. I hate it so much.
2020 wagers. Bunker fights.
But I mean, someone make the map, mate.
Someone make the map. There you go, dude. That's it. That's your $1 million idea. Go for it.
Perfect.
Oh, let's go. Nah, just
thank you very much, Posted.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I want to also touch on this. People are saying that I can blow up the bunker or like blow up the bases that they have. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, true. I didn't think about that.
No, that is true, 100%. But you don't think they're gonna not shoot back at me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You can grief and blow it up, but you can't claim it still. Like, you can just grief them.
I can grief the fuck out of them, but I'm just sitting there griefing a team for what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to gain something from it.
I'm gonna get hit. Cooper's gonna get hit because it's not like we both have boom bows. I have it, right? Cooper can get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna waste mats doing it, right? It's not just gonna be a free bunker I can just claim.
Yeah,
and that's again presuming. If it was a bad team, yeah, maybe. Bro, it's Taste and Iamzo. They're not a shit team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
It's tough. It's very tough. Before we get the next call in, I want to just say big thanks to everybody that's hanging out in the stream watching live. Big thanks to everyone who's been watching after the fact. Like, I've been seeing on like Spotify, people can like leave like comments and stuff, and like a bunch of people watching there, which has been sick. People saying, "Oh yeah, I'm watching on my way to school" or whatever, all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's been a bunch of fun. Let's get the next caller in though. Let's keep it rolling. I've got the order here. I think it's this guy next.
Let's get the next question in.
Hello, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name's Matthew and I'm calling from the UK.
Okay, thank you very much. What is your take?
My take is that any team that plays high this season will excel in FNCS, and I feel building on that the mythic that grants the extra dash on the fists will give a huge advantage to, I think it's Acorn and Cold you were talking about, landing on that, because it will give them the extra dash up to height, so it's much easier for them to take it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I have a huge answer to this question already. I think this season is going to be height based, right? And it is just like Katana season. All the fists are literally katanas. Like they're the same, the way they work, everything is the same besides just jumping in a box, breaking all the builds and killing you instantly. That's the only difference, right? So I think height is going to be where you have one guy at the top of the, like literally at ulti height, and you have one, or they just double play it. Because if you get chopped out, you can just fist up. You're not going to die to fall damage. You'll be fine. Yeah. And I do believe low ground this season is terrible. Or anywhere mid-ground, low mid-ground is terrible just because of the fact that people can fist in your box and run into your box for free without losing anything and killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good.
You good.
I have a slightly different perspective on this. I agree with everything you just said, Khanada, because it's true. Low and mid this season right now with the state of the fists and the nitro dash is disgusting. It's like, what's the point in playing? You can play a game perfectly, no reward. You just can't.
Literally, if a team sees you and they are shambles, they can just kill you and you can't do anything about it.
It's terrible, right? Yeah. However, what you started what you know your whole sentence with is part of the problem with playing height this season. In that, everybody knows it's like Katana, right?
Yeah.
And so what everybody's doing is they're going, oh, let's be like Queasy and Veno from last year, and let's play exactly what they did. And so like the scrims today in EU. Height was a mess. Like, like everybody's going up for it. And the problem with like the fists is that like you basically are trying to guarantee the highest team, right?
Yeah.
It's like a team will like fist up and like you can't like hear it. And so like you think you've got it. Like you think you have height, you think, I was the highest up, I'm good, I'm clear, bam, crash down on your head, somebody lands on you. It's like it's so messy.
Oh, it is.
I think it will eventually level itself out.
Yeah, it's like it's just because everyone's just trying it.
Right.
But I think at the end, it will definitely be a team that will win their games. Like they'll win like 4 or 5 games, right? Because they're playing height. But the other games, they're going to get grief for it, right? And it's not going to just be a dominant height like Peter bought Poi. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be multiple teams going for it, looking for it. And I think that it would be mid-ground, dead side. Like you would need to play mid-ground tarp where no team is like too close to you and you can pressure them off where they can't just run in your box, but you're in a good spot. You get what I'm saying? If you're dead center in the middle of the zone and then it pulls, you're just going to die, right? You need to position yourself on a dead side of the zone, mid-ground, where you're just not going to get ran in on. That's what I think.
I think the combat shotgun is going to become slowly more meta as the season plays out. Because the one thing I'm seeing not happen as much that I thought it would with the fist kind of meta taking and height, blah, 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 is people like using the fist and then actually taking shots at people. It's kind of weird. I see people like using the fist like Katana and then not really like following up with a lot of damage on everyone else flying around them. But I don't know whether it stabilizes, but what do you guys want to see them do to fix that? If we think that the meta is like, do we think people are just going to learn how to use the fist and it won't be as chaotic? Or do you want like less charges? Do you want a delay between the fist attacks? Like what do you think actually fixes this though? Because everyone's just saying the meta is going to be terrible, but if it can balance it.
I just think that it shouldn't be able to like, you know how katanas, when you'd right click, right? You'd right click up and then you could break a build, but it doesn't always instantly break it. You get what I'm saying? Like it'll break it, but it won't do 500 damage to the full metal builds. It'd do like 200. You get what I'm saying? Same thing. Like if someone's going up on height, if they're in full metal, I should just be able to just break them down in full metal, right? And it shouldn't just be able to just run in and break every single build in your box. Like Katana, when you would slash it, it wouldn't do damage. It wouldn't break the box. It would hit you for like 50, 60, knock you back. But you also have an animation where you're stuck there, so the other team can shoot you back. But the fist, left click, left click, left click, left click. There's no stopping. You can't stop with that. It's infinite. Yeah. They had it where like the first 2 you hit, and then you're stuck there for a second, where the other team can shoot you back. It's like at least there's a counter to it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they also need to maybe reduce like 1 less charge, because right now it has more charges than Katanas used to have, right?
Yeah,
like
4. It has 4. It's 2 or 3 or 2. Yeah.
And it's like the 4 is so much. Like you can genuinely, you could be on a mountain zone, low ground, and like go all the way to OE height with the 4 charges. Like, it's just too much right now. On top of that, maybe like nerfing like the pull-out time after, because like what happens a lot of the times is like people like will dash all the way up with their fist and then whip out their guns like super quick, and you're like,
instantly. That's what I was talking about, like fisting and then combat shocking guy mid-air still.
Yeah, like
and
that shouldn't be
them.
possible.
Like,
yeah. I mean, Muzz had a decent one there. They should make it take a charge. The thing is, like, the likely thing that I can see with them nerfing this is because it is affecting pubs and casual whatever. Right now, you can't field as much because everyone's in cars. But if you fight someone outside of cars, we all know the fists are just absolutely broken as. And yes, casuals love it. We've been seeing all of the hate on Twitter. But I do think there is a chance they will balance this and try to change it at least for competitive as well. But it's going to be tough. I think it's going to take them a while. And this FNCS is not far away. Like, this is the quickest break we've ever got to FNCS. When is FNCS? Like 2 weeks away?
2.5 weeks.
Like, that's not a lot of time to balance what is a season right now that has a lot of stuff in it. And then we have the 2 weeks of qualifiers, and then they go on a 4-week break. That's a long time to balance things, but you're already through the qualifiers. Like, you're either in or out. So, like, I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah.
I was just thinking on top of that, Levin, you were saying that people are going to be trying to mimic Queasy and Veno's season. And so I feel like the Peterborough and Poyo, they're not going to be nearly as dominant on height this season because people are going to know how to play it better. People are going to be able to chop it out. And with more people called to globals, people aren't going to be as scared. And with EU players, everything's just going to change for them, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like a lot of the time, right? You like in Fortnite, you almost want to be doing like the opposite of what everyone's doing, right? If like the whole of doing this, like the best strategy often is what is not that. And so in the case of Queasy and Veno, nobody was playing height like they were, which is why they could guarantee height every time. Everybody knows that you can play height that way, so everyone's going to be doing that. And so at least early on, right now, like the people who are finding the most success in scrims or whatnot are probably going to be people who aren't doing exactly that. Maybe they're timing it a bit late or whatever, but like we sort of started off saying this, I think this will be an interesting season to see like how the meta evolves, like till we get to Grands. Like I think things will have to level themselves out. I think there will probably be changes that means like the way the end games play out are slightly different. But in terms of like NA, right? Because I never really, the meme's always that nobody looks up on NA, but again, it's like surely people will be. Again, I've not seen the scrims, so I don't know what it was like so far, but like surely people are just going up like non-stop, just how it is in EU. With how easy it is with Fist.
Yeah, basically. I think people realizing the uppercut's also extremely broken too. Like everyone's talking about like the punch up and the punch in, but the uppercut is so destructive. Like you can break so much with it instantly, and it's easy as.
And there's also like this new thing where let's say you're in a full battle box below 2, and then there's someone one up you, like you just uppercut and you can fucking just jump into their box. Like how is that even like that's another problem with it. Like you can't do that with anything else besides that.
Yeah.
With Fist.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. Interesting to say the least. Thank you very much, though, Matthew. That was a nice sort of take to come in with. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye. I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
It's funny because someone in chat earlier. Sorry to cut you off there, but someone in chat earlier who was on said like when I joined, like I was super nervous and whatnot, and it's like I love hearing that just because I remember back when like Tim and Bala used to do this. I remember the first time I called on. Bro,
I was nervous, bro. I was so nervous when I called in.
Like, I was so if any of you join and you're like, damn, bro, I was nervous. Whatever, it's like, trust me,
you're chilling.
You're good, bro. Like you're good.
You're good. This is Twitch chat just manifested in a podcast here. This is good.
Literally. Should we get the next caller in?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. No, the takes have been great today. We've got some really interesting ones. Okay, new caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Bro's got a deeper voice than me.
Yeah. So I'm Koya. I'm calling in from the very, very sunny Calgary, Alberta. So
nice.
So my take is that grand final should last longer. I think that over time we've seen like as tournaments last longer, like teams just get way better. Their strats adjust, their surge plans get better. Like, and even with the lack of like set lobbies, I guess it just makes the format a lot better. It makes it more interesting and more exciting for at least from a viewer perspective. From a pro's perspective, it probably is not gonna be that great. I'm thinking like four days of grands, like 2 and then a week and then 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, look. From a caster perspective, the extra days, I'll take the extra days.
Yeah, me too. I'm down.
I got
For the
bills to pay.
content, I'm down. Yeah,
I'm taking it, but damn, 4 days of grants, and you're saying even more after that as well, right?
Well, I think he wanted 2 days, week break, 2 days, which I think would be cool. But I do think the biggest issue you're gonna run into that one, it's a good take because like the last LAN always has that kind of asterisk on it of like, what was it the best team because it was 6 games? You know what I mean? 12 games. That's why we don't. You know, but the biggest problem you have, like we kind of saw this season, not as much, and they try to combat it with the point multipliers. If a tournament goes on too long, and like you said, the best players, you know, come to the top, it starts to make it more and more boring to watch because the winner or whoever's running away with it is even more cemented, which again, I don't think is a bad thing for pros, but from a spectator standpoint, I think you can go too long. It will start to really, like you'll get into day 3, Peter want to pour you a fucking 600 points in the lead, and it's like, why am I going to watch day 4? That's the only downside I can see to it, other than the fact that I do love more Fortnite, I love more content, that's great. I think pros, I mean, Khanada, you can answer this. I think figuring out new strategies as the Grands develops could be really cool, but I don't know.
It's just like we just want to get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Like even this 2-day shit, like it's way too long in my opinion. Like let's just get it done with. We just want, like, if you talk to any pro right after day 1 of Grands, the only thing they want to do is play. The only thing they want to do is play another game because they're already so done with it and they just want to get it over with at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just do a 1-day Grands. Let's just do 1 day, 1 game. Winner takes it all. One game, 1 day, 1 game. Winner takes it all. How about that? You know,
I mean, we talked about this on the recent one. I'm okay with Grands being 2 days. I like Grands being 2 days. I'm so happy the LAN is now 2 days. Thank God. I think the qualifiers need to be longer. That's the one where the extra excitement does drag out, and I think it does matter. I mean, like events like this one where top 10, top 15 make it. I think a 3 or 4 day Grands could be still exciting because you have that storyline. But man, imagine watching a format where only first qualifiers, they're 550 points in the league going into the last day. Like it's just going to be sleeper for the pros and for the players. I know there's money, but I don't know. I'm not super excited to see whether 4th makes an extra 20 grand than 3rd. No, that never really 100%. Is the storyline.
If you're going to have that type of format, like you would need match point format where like somebody who's running away with it can just end it by like winning a game once they hit a threshold. Even then though, it's like, right? Like you get to a point with those kind of formats when it's too long, then it's like, again, it's frustrating. I think to sort of like bend what you're saying here a bit, one thing I've definitely thought about with Fortnite is like, how can we create like more meaningful tournaments that span over a long time, like what you're saying with Grands, that don't feel that way. And like naturally, if you look at like most competition, like the way you do that is having some sort of like a league system, right? Like a league where it's like over the course of time. I've not thought about how to do that with Fortnite in too much depth. I'm not sure if any of the other BR games have done that, like PUBG and Apex, but it would be interesting to explore that. Like I'd love to have like games that feel as meaningful as Grands that like we get more of. I think it's hard to do that, but I would like that in theory because Grands level of Fortnite is the most entertaining Fortnite. So,
it is,
yeah.
I like that though. I like that we're questioning it though. I think that's what needs to happen with Fortnite. We keep evolving. Like we've been stuck in the same thing for a while now. In the FNCS format, they're trying things, but I'm not gonna lie. I think most things they're trying to keep making it worse and worse. Like, and with the LAN event again, I don't know why we're not sending 75 teams again and having the qualifiers because that was mad exciting. Just add an extra day. Like once you've gotten to the expense of flying out 100 people, now making it even more. I know LANs are expensive Fortnite, but if we're only gonna get one, make it count. Because like only having 50 teams go, like it was so cool to see that, you know, everyone being like EU so much better than every other small region, no one's going to make it. But then small region players went and then outplaced like EU players and made it to LAN. It wasn't just that they got their spot from their region, they got their spot against the other teams. It was cool. And I love that. We're not going to have that this year. It's just we're going to have our 50 teams and they're going to go. And I feel like having 2-day finals at the LAN event and then the qualifiers again would have been great. But I don't know, Fortnite doesn't like expanding the qualifiers. They keep making them less and less when they don't cost anything. They have no prize money. Why do we have 2 weeks of qual? Just run more. They don't cost you anything. I don't understand it.
I agree. I really liked globals having that like upper lower system. I didn't like 6-game finals. I was quite, you know, vocal about that. And it wasn't just because an NA team won. But I just didn't like, you know, global system format.
I don't think anyone did, except for Baron Cooper.
Of course, right? But you're right. Like, why can't we have both? Give us the qual stuff we had before and 2-day finals. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'd like to see that like be tried and played around with for sure.
Yep. Good question though. I like it. I like that we're thinking about it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate that. All right, let's go in. This is gonna be the last call of the day.
Ooh,
The last
lucky
call of
last.
the day.
Let's go.
We're an hour and 40 in. I wish I need to get a soundboard. I could have played like the sad sound effect. But it's fine. We got the last one of the day. Oh, wait, I think I accidentally kicked the last person instead of putting them out. Yikes! Mistake.
Yikes. Right. Well, we can get it back in. This has been good. It's been a good flow of it though as well. I mean, so wait, so when are you? So you going to Dreamhack the whole time then, Khanada? So this is me just like, well, let me get you back in. You're going. So you're gonna be okay. Have they like? So you're just doing like BYOC, right? There's like all the plans they have with like crazy setups and stuff. You haven't heard anything about that?
Oh, I already know what's happening.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leak nothing else.
Okay, all right, cool. Because I don't know, so I'll have to ask you later. Because I'm not even trying to like. I'm going, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later then. Okay, fine. That's cool. All right, do we get them back, Levin?
Yes, I think they are back. Let's try. Let's try to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, are you here? Oh wait, they've not been. I think they're still like trying to connect or something. Let's keep the ball running. We didn't really talk too much about Grands because again, everything from Grands sort of just felt irrelevant after the fact.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask you, Khanada, that stream you did where you were vodding Clix and Epic. I've seen a lot of people say that is their favorite Fortnite stream ever.
A lot of people love that one.
Can we like, was the motivation for that purely just pure hatred? Was it pure troll? Like what was the, how did that come about?
I literally just woke up that morning. I was like, dude, I need to stream, man. I need to stream. What is there to stream? What do people like, man? People like drama. People like drama. People like shit when people are arguing, right? I was like, yo, let's just watch how Clix and Epic World did. How did they just come from 4th place to what, top 15, getting outplayed by Oliver OG? How does that even happen?
All right, now okay, Oliver's catching strays here too.
Okay, it's not catching strays, but like you get what I'm saying. That's why I fuck with Oliver, but you get what I'm saying. Like they're like Oliver's landing at windmills. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know,
Right, windmills, nothing, and Epic World and Clix are landing lavish. They just landed there, and I was like, dude, we gotta watch what happened. Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect nobody to join the call. Okay. But when people started getting mad, they want their voice to be heard. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, all right, bet, let's just invite this guy to the call. And it was
very therapeutic. As someone from the outside in, because obviously, like, I know all the pros, but I don't don't get them all in a room together and stuff. It was cool to hear people be able to give their opinion, and then just like, it was great. I love the fact it got heated, it got passionate, and it kind of aired it all out, because normally these conversations just happen in Twitch chats where it's like someone interpreting, oh, I think BloodX through because he said go hide, and Epic Whale fell off hype, but Clix sucks at this. And it was cool to be like, let's hear them give that take and hear the other side respond. I loved it. That was a great stream.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was just there to stir the pot and just cause drama, which I was adding my in there. But it was,
I don't know about that.
You always got to add a somewhere, but no, definitely need more of that. I think Jace is here, or our last call. I've just spoiled his name. Let's get him in. Hello, Jace. How you doing? Where are you calling from, mate? Very good. How are you?
Good. I'm calling from the United States. My take is basically that I feel like teams on EU now have a better chance to qualify on EU since a lot of the teams have moved over to NA. I feel like it was kind of pointless for all of them to do it now.
we can finish off by like ramming some more hot takes on for YouTube for Levin's clips at the end there as well. I mean, we talked about at the start of the show. I still think EU is gonna be tough to qual on. I still think it's gonna. I don't think it's just free. We know how many random ass Danish teams come out of nowhere. We just had Chap, who's never played a Grands, come second. Like, you never know what's gonna happen with EU. So I still don't think it's gonna be as easy as people are describing it as. But everyone has just made NA a lot harder to qual on, like a decent chunk harder.
This actually is the greatest pump fake ever from NA indirectly, because what's happening now is that all these EU teams are going to do I agree. I think it's going to be easier on the EU this season to pull. But now these EU teams are going to do well in EU and have the illusion that they're the best teams. And then they're going to show up to globals and the NA, some of them NA teams are just going to rock them. It's just going to be, it's going to get messy. I think the big thing, right, is that when you look at some of the players that are leaving, it's a lot of the BloodX clients, like we mentioned earlier, right? And a lot of them, naturally, because they're coached by BloodX, have similar styles of play. They like to do certain things. And so when you remove a lot of those teams that play that way out of the lobby, it just opens up space for the teams who don't play that way to find more success. it means Seti and Cammy, who are staying in the EU, are gonna be like love and life, right?
Way more successful.
Do you know what I mean? Like in theory, this should be like the easy. This if there was ever gonna be a season where Seti and Cammy finally win an FNCS online,
it's
you think it'd be this one, right? So it's like it benefits a lot of people in different ways, but it's gonna be such a weird season in EU, man.
It is.
Can I just? I'm gonna ask Ebu if I can just cast NA this season. I don't know if I want to do EU anymore, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still, it's gonna be interesting. Watching like EU watch parties are gonna be a bit interesting now, but a lot of them are leaving out the content creators, but it will make the grands and the set lobbies a bit more boring. Can I finish this one with, because I know Khanada loves eager spicy takes. Can I go through the EU teams, Khanada, and you tell me what you think they're gonna place, just roughly? Can I just run through them rapid fire? Are we good for that? Because we'll take that hot take and we can come back.
I just want to also add this. Like, did you guys think Marius was good?
Oh wow. Okay, we're just okay.
I just want to add that in because I heard that he just got 45th place in grand finals when he was supposed to be more hyped than Peter bot.
But they were triple cons.
He got triple conned Underworld, to be fair, and I feel like we didn't really see
45th though.
Hey, respect Cheaps and Tarps or Cheaps and Turtles. Sorry, that were conning them, bro. Those brothers are the goats right now.
But did they what place did they get?
I can't remember. I don't think they did.
Yeah, if anyone can check. I don't know what the highest placing Underworld team was, but I mean, I know on NA, like NPen and Pump had a fair bit of hype going into grands, and them Underworld went kind of terrible as like just a comparison when no one really seemed to do well out of Underworld con. But I hear what you're saying. Like even con, like if you're triple con Underworld, what are you expecting to place Khanada if you're going into it? Like what?
I mean, I'm still at least. I think you're still top 10. I've been there. What? I was landing below Underworld. Wow. I know how Underworld works. I really do. I'm not even joking. Like I know how it works. And like if you're supposed to be like, it's not that if it was a bad team, of course no one's gonna think anything else. But people were hyping this dude to be the best fucking player in the game. You know what I'm saying? If you're hyped up that much, even anything that comes your way, you should be able to still do well, in my opinion.
Least egotistical Khanada take.
Yeah,
is that me being egotistical? I swear to God, that's not even like think about it like this, ready? Think about it like this, ready? Acorn and Cold, okay? Acorn and Cold. They were contested. They pushed through diversity and still ended up top 5ing.
Yeah.
But at fencing, they're stuck in that POI. They don't have dash water around them. They don't have God chest. They don't have mobility. They still pushed through and made it out, right?
Yeah.
And just getting 45th with double, like 1.5 points day 2, that just sounds like he just gave up without even trying.
I think the main thing as well here, and obviously, and I'm the one I'm not saying I made Marius by any means, but like I was making a bunch of videos, hype my man up. I've watched him play a lot, and dude's mechs are insane. But I think where the divide comes from, which most of us understand, is the divide between what a TikTok kid thinks makes a phenomenally good player and what actually works in a grands. Marius' mechanics and fighting ability is absurd. He makes some of the best players look dog shit, but that's in a 1v1 in a solo victory cup where the person's just running through the lobby. Put that in a grands, like we know, Khanada, you and I have talked about this before. I've done interviews with you for YouTube where like you talk about aim, decision making being like two of the only things that actually matters in a grands. Yeah. Whether you can hit a fantastic full piece jump right hand one pump just doesn't really matter. And I think that's where the divide came from. And because him and Sanguild had such an insane comeback on day 2 last grands, where that playstyle started to work and they got their momentum going and they were fighting people, everyone kind of thought they could do it again in a grands lobby, where coming into it, I wasn't putting them in my top 10 and I got flamed for it crazily. But I was like, look, Marius is insane. I'm not lying when I say the dude's one of the best fighters in the world. Just I think people are overrating how much that actually matters in a grands lobby. And that's kind of what we saw.
Yeah, not to not retweet what you're saying too much, Ozzy, even though I agree 100% spot on. Like, again, people just don't understand the difference. To add on to that, again, it's like when you even factor, I think even if they were uncon, like they wouldn't have done as good as people think, because the meta just didn't suit. Like the meta wasn't the same. We had the same conversation with Clix, right? Like Clix did incredible in Major 1 because the meta suited him for Surge so much, where like he can just run around and fight, like he
just headshot snipe or like no problem. There's no risk in his play.
Right. Sure. And that was also a benefit that like Marius had. Like the meta suited him so that like they could just have that kind of a comeback on day 2. Again, it's like Marius is still one of those players who, again, like he's gonna get there eventually. Like, you know, you give him the right
experience.
He needs more experience. He needs more experience. So
I think the meta was a big one. I forgot about that. Last season was just not surge bases. It was fighting. It was sniping. The season before. Last season, the one he didn't do too well, and it was just pure surge bases. Like Khanada's talking about, he knows Underworld. Khanada would have had the dash out to here, set up a surge base, refund, and that's the skill that I don't think they have shown yet, Marius or Sengil. So I think that's what kind of happened there. Can I do my rapid fire before we end?
Yes, let's do it.
So these are the EU teams we know as of right now. Levin, you can answer as well. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through them in no order, all right? Kylie and Pump. Where do we think their places?
They're not top 20, top 15 maybe.
Okay, all right. Quanti and Yapko.
Top 15 maybe.
Okay, Blahard Mixon.
Top 15, top 20.
Okay, Taste and Yomzo.
I'll put them in the top 10.
Okay, Veno and Clix.
I'll put them in the top 10 as well.
Pink and Mero.
Top 10 as well. If they do well.
And then the big one, we already talked about it, them specifically, but Savage and Mongrel. They're not confirmed yet, but
top 25 maybe. Lowest.
Okay, all right.
That's still decent, I guess.
Yeah, that's still okay. So you don't have a single team with an EU player getting like a confident top 5 yet.
This is all
obviously changes.
It can change. Like, you never know if they're gonna even stick, but this is my top 5 that I'm locking in right now. It's gonna be Peter Balpoil, top 5, Acorn Cole, top 5. I'll throw Mia Cooper, top 5, Ritual Reed, top 5. And who's another team? Dude, Bolts and Brycex as my underrated top 5 team.
Nice, hell yeah.
That's my top 5 on NA. Okay. And people can say otherwise because they love these other duos, but these duos that have been playing together already have way more chem than any other duo. They're all going to be uncontested, hopefully. Okay. And I just know that unless literally Cammy and Seti come over to the region, motherfuckers are not top 5.
Okay. Damn. I will say, sorry, Chad, I think I got that wrong. It's Kylie and Vert and then Pump and Yapko. Sorry. No, Pump and... It's weird, bro. I'm trying to figure this out right now. Is it Pump and... Yeah, it's weird. It's Kylie and Vert, and then who is Pump now playing? Pump and Paco. That's what it was. Sorry. But I'm guessing that doesn't change Khanada's opinion too much. It sounds like it's got to be the tier 1s. That's my bad, though. Sorry, we've got another. So wait,
Veno and Clix can pull out... Maybe Veno and Clix can pull out a top 5.
Okay.
I don't see a top 3 anywhere in their sight, though. No offense to any of them, but that's just the way I see it.
It'll be a tough task anyway, you know.
It is hard, dude. It's not like you just come to NA and you're instantly a top 3 team. You get what I'm saying? The good players on NA are good, dude. They are. Yeah. They're not just some rollover team that you just think.
It's also the fact that every single EU player coming, none of them have qualified. All of them have the most to play for. So like we talked about earlier, they're not going to pick Khanada and Cooper to drop on, who have a good job because they're just going to get grief. So you've got to take the fact that there's basically 5 or 6 teams on NA right now that you just can't contest because they're already in LAN, or at least 4 of them. So it's just like, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how they go. They're going to have to pick from the best drops that aren't already taken by a LAN qual team. Otherwise, you're just getting grief.
Yeah. I think the last thing I'll sort of say about Clix and Veno that is really interesting for me is that the dynamics of that duo, like they still have so much to figure out.
Oh,
like
so much.
Veno is confident and Veno has a great mind for the game. Yeah. But like, you know, in terms of IGLing, he'll tell us all, I can IGL fine. You know, when he's had the most success, the IGLing wasn't, you know, the thing he was doing in that duo, the majority at least. With Queasy and Veno, he IGL'd in end games, right? But again, that's not IGLing in mid game and early game, right? Yeah, so that's going to be an adjustment for him, right? In terms of how people play on the region of NA, again, he'll sit here and I'm sure he'll tell us, yeah, this shit is easy, bro. I can figure it out easy. But again, it will be an adjustment in terms of style of play, like the way Veno likes to play and how Clix is accustomed to playing. He's gonna have to teach him.
Yeah, it's very different.
And he's gonna be annoyed. He's gonna be annoyed when things when a lot of things don't go his way. It's gonna be annoying as fuck. He's gonna be like, how do you not know how to do this? We're supposed to do this and you're not doing it. You get what I'm saying? There's so much more to just like thinking, oh, they're gonna do well. You know what I'm saying? They have so much shit they have to go through.
They definitely got a lot to figure out. So it won't be easy, but we'll see if they can do it. For all the people farming in chat, Queasy and Rise, I don't think Queasy, who's qualified for globals with Thomas HD, is going to drop him to come to NA and play with Rise. Like, what am I reading in the chat right now, bro? Are you guys trolling?
Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life.
Not real.
Like,
But everyone that we talked about, I know I got a little bit wrong there at the end, but those are all teams that are at this point confirmed as real teams, Chad. Coming to NA and real. Savage Mongol still the question mark, but the rumors are definitely there to come in NA. But everyone else, it is there. Yeah, if you have the Kylie, because what was it, Kylie Invert and then Pump and Paco, those are the teams right now and the ones that I mentioned. So we're not clickbaiting with that. But yes, Queasy and Rise is just not happening. I'm sorry, Chad. That makes no one who's already called for LAN is going to split with anyone who has called for LAN as well. Like they're not splitting.
Point. They're not.
If you've got your LAN spot, you're not giving it up for fucking anyone.
Nobody.
But that was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much for doing that. That's been
thank you for having me.
Really good. What
you
got?
That was fantastic.
What you got coming up over the next week, Khanada, and where can people find you?
Next week we got ESL at Dreamhack Dallas. If anyone's going, well, I'll see you guys there, and you can just email Khanada on just anywhere. Khanada _ on Twitch, Khanada on Twitter, Khanada on YouTube.
Can we get a prediction for where your squad finishes in ESL?
Yeah.
Or in Dreamhack?
Dude, hopefully we qualify, man. I'm just
okay.
I'm not listen, the thing with me, I don't cope on nothing. Like this squad right now, we're scraping the edge of qual. Let's just say that. We're scraping the edge of qual.
Okay.
I'm being flown from Australia, by the way, to watch this team play. Just so you guys know what's going through my mind right now. I'm traveling 15 hours where my sole purpose is to watch this team play. So I'm a little bit like, damn, after I just heard him just be like, yo, Mario's dog shit, I would have come top 10. I'm the greatest player. I do this. Yo, Cooper, shut the fuck up. Get in my pocket. And then I ask him about fucking ESL and we're okay. Like, fuck. That's not like, I'm like, damn, that's okay. We got this though. It'll be a success story. A little Cinderella run. Okay, cool.
Yourself, Ozzy, what you got cooking this week?
I mean, yeah, like I'll be streaming after this. I think we'll end this and I'll stay live for a little bit, watch some pro scrims and vibe out. And then I fly to Dallas literally tomorrow for Dreamhack. So I'll be at Dreamhack. Come say hey, I'll be doing some stream squad. It'll be sick. Fuck yeah.
I'll see you next week, Ozzy.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
No, I wish I could join in on this thing. I ain't flying nowhere.
Jump on a flight, bro. Come on, join us.
Man, maybe I'll think about it. Yeah, I think the thing for me and Ozzy, we're gonna try find like a consistent time to do.
We actually know when tournaments are on now. We have set dates and times, so we'll lock in a date and time each week that is the podcast day. Now that we know when tournaments are on.
Yeah, so once we have a consistent day, we'll let you guys know. Big thanks to everyone that's been hanging out, showing love, showing some support. We're gonna keep coming with these shows. It's been great. Myself, I'm just vibing out to FNCS. I'll probably watch, Dreamhack and all that, but yeah, I'm just chilling for a bit. Nothing too special for me. But yeah, big thanks to everybody watching. If you're watching live right now, stay in the stream. The stream's gonna end, but Ozzy's gonna go live again. So just refresh. He'll be back in a second. And for the people who are listening on YouTube or on Spotify, say we love you, Khanada, to let us know that you watched till the end. So
hell yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.
All right, thank you. Peace.